Okay, Daddy, wake your ass up, boy. Wake your ass up, boy, on BD, boy. Okay, Daddy, boy, wake your ass up, boy.
Every time he talks about me, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of him.
Look at this is the real fucking DV boy talking tonight.
Okay, DV boy nothing.
DV boy.
Turn the volume up.
Shout out to my favorite late night host, Gunsmoke the Don, and God bless America.
I got an answer. 50 grand a month. Every month.
Are you out of your mind? Are you seriously out of your mind? You sick bastards. Oh my God, this is so crazy. Oh my God. This is crazy, you idiot. Hey, no negative, you. Why would you do something like that, you fucking asshole? This is just like unbelievable.
You're a two-faced bitch.
Get
You
the
are
fuck out of here now. You
110%
want to come
correct.
trash me?
Go talk to your lawyers,
You're a
Angel.
piece of shit.
Ask them.
Even my brother.
I don't give
my
a
brother.
fuck who they are.
God.
You're out of your
two
mind.
pieces of shit. My father
I don't give a fuck
attacked
who
my
they are.
father. My father.
Your last name is Gotti, not mine. You stupid
You're a
bitch.
punk.
See, you jokers are wrong. I'm not the failure of Smoke's show. It's always been a failure.
Be nice. Don't fuck up in here.
Oh yeah, we're back, baby. Can you hear? Hold on. Let me adjust the microphone here. Damn it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Press a 1 in the chat if you could hear me, huh? Yeah. And please forgive me. I'm a little tired here, so I might be a little slow. My brain's functioning on a 2 right now. I need to be at a 10. I'm operating on a 2. All right. Thank you, Becky. Becky Town. I'm very tired right now. My speech impediment is going to be very thick tonight. Pause. Yeah. Let me see who the first person in here was. Alana Therese. Thank you very much. Good to see you. First person in here. I see you, girl. Brian G in the house. My man, number 2. Second runner-up. What does he say here? Smoke, did you see Tommy Karate's daughter has a new show where she plays phone calls with her dad? Oh, how nice. He brought up the Esplanade. So I asked her if he knew Mike Aussie. Oh, God. She said she will ask him. Oh, Jesus. It begins. That's funny. Fat Sal, number 3, rounding out the top 3. Smoke, thank God you're coming on. I was watching a show before. I thought it was live, but it was year old. 8 I got a little depressed. Why'd you get depressed, man? We're not going to have a depressing show tonight. We're going to have a happy show. Even though I expect this show to fail tonight, we're still going to fake it till we make it, all right? We're going to act like we're happy, and we're going to have a positive show tonight, okay? We're going to be nice. Oh, here's something to be positive about. All right. Here's something to cheer up about. Yeah, that's right. That's beautiful, Brian. That's how we start the show. That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Brian. See, now I'm happy. See, look at that. Yeah. Hold on, let me give you a heart, man. My man. Look at that. Somebody please like Brian G's very generous first donation of the night. Hopefully not the last. 7 likes instantly. That's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. That's teamwork, baby. That's community. That's love. That's respect. That's motivation. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for this blessing, Brian. Thank you for starting off the show the right way. That's how we do it, man. I appreciate you, brother. You see? Yeah. I was depressed, but I was going to fake it like I wasn't, and we was going to pretend that we was happy. Now I actually am happy. You see how that works? That's beautiful, man. This gives me hope to keep going, because I really wasn't going to do a show tonight. I was going to fuck it off. But I figured last minute, you know what? Fuck it. Getting sleep is overrated. We'll do a show, and I'll just wing it. I'll talk about anything. Fuck it. We'll just talk, you know? We'll have fun. Shouts to Brian G, my man. Becky Town. Yeah. Yeah. Watch one of the episodes. It was okay. She was like 6 shows of phone calls with Tommy. He was going off on Phil Carlo, the guy who wrote the book about him. And he said Jimmy Calandra was a fraud. Wow, really? But he remembered Jimmy, though, didn't he? He remembered him. So that's saying something. On Scott Fapiano, Scar's brother-in-law. But he also had bad words for Scar's son, too. Oh, Jesus. Guy's been locked up for like 35 years or some shit. When is Tommy Karate going to get over it? It's time to let shit go, you know? He's still sore about shit from 40 years ago, 35 years ago. It's time to get over it. You think he would have enough problems doing 35 years in the fucking can? Guy's been locked up as long as I've been alive, you know? So, he missed a whole fucking lifetime sitting in the clink. So what the fuck is he mad about Fapiano or Scars or Jimmy? You know, what's he mad about? Doo-doo-doo. Oh, Sons of Italy coming in hot. Just give it a little time. Yeah. Time is of the essence, though, man. I'm running out of time, sons. I'm running out of time. Time waits for no man. A tale as old as time. Yeah. Time is on your side. Yes, it is. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. And I appreciate your super chat. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sons of Italy. Thank you for this blessing. Now we're starting off the show the right way, people. This is motivation right here, man. God bless you, sons. I thought you had enough of me, sons. I thought you had enough. Thank you, sons. Thank you for coming through for me, man, all the time. My man. We got Brian Bozak in the house. Shit. JP. What up, JP? Why do I feel like you've been missing in action, JP? Where the fuck you been, JP? We got Redhead Black Ginger Boy in the house. Redheaded Stepchild. What up, Red? Good to see you tonight, brother. Hope you're doing all right. What else we got here? Malik. My man, Malik. Who else we got? All my peoples. Boogeyman Mark. What up, Boogie Boy? So I got a few things I got to say, you know. Not complaints, you know. Hey, look, it's summertime, but let's see. Where do I begin? Well, it's hot as fucking balls out there. I'll start with that. It's fucking hot, man. Jesus Christ. Seems like just 90 days ago, I was dealing with extreme freezing below temperature cold. Below freezing temperatures. Cold I never experienced before in my fucking life. Fucking ice, caveman, fucking Neanderthal, fucking Stone Age, Ice Age cold. Cold that'll make your bones brittle and shake. It shivers up and down your spine. That's how cold it was. And now 90 days later, it's friggin' extreme heat. Hot as the sun out there. Hot as hell out there. And it's not going to let up until Sunday, at least. We're looking forward to 85, 90 degrees. That's gonna be a cool off for us. That's crazy. And I wanted to go to the beach today, but I just wasn't in the cards, man. I wasn't feeling it. Plus, they said that the riptides were going crazy today, so they weren't letting people swim at any beaches because the riptide was too crazy. Plus, there were shark sightings everywhere. The sharks are out in full force. The sharks were shutting down beaches at Point Pleasant and other fucking Rockaway Beach and other beaches, And it's all the same shoreline. So if you see bull shark, they had like a group of fucking bull sharks out there. So if you see them in one spot, they could easily swim down the fucking shore and, come across you. So it's not safe. Today wasn't in the cards. Plus traffic up the ass everywhere. Just wasn't a good day for the beach. And they weren't letting people in the fucking water anyway. People at Rockaway Beach and all these other beaches, they couldn't go in the water. Some spots in Long Island. So, you go to the beach, you're baking in the fucking sand, but you can't go in the water. What's the point in going, Plus the risk of the sharks. So I said, fuck it. I'm not going to I would have died today, Either the riptide would have killed me or a fucking shark with my luck would have came out of nowhere. They said they were bull sharks too. So I think when they find them, they should whack them, Get the sharks out of there. Send the ships over, whack them, harpoon them, gather them in a net. I don't know what you're going to do. Drag them out of there. Make the beaches safe again. I might go tomorrow. I got to work on this tan. I got to go. Yeah. I might go back to the beach tomorrow. It's supposed to be just like today. Hot as hell, sunny. And, so we'll see. And then finally got my bike fixed after 27 years. And I rode it today for the first time in 27 years. Or, well, really 25 years I rode it for the first time. And, since about 2001. And, I was like, fuck, man. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. It's like, I guess they make the bikes different nowadays. They make it easier to pedal. My shit's old school. You got to really pedal that fucking thing, And I don't know if I grew or some shit, but it feels like my legs are too big for the fucking bike. Like, I don't know, like my knees are about to hit the fucking handlebars or something. I don't know. It's very uncomfortable riding it. I was happy, they cleaned it up. It looked nice. They spruced it up, made it shine. They got it in working order. The brakes are loud as hell. You hear me coming like, wee, wee, when you hit that brake. But the brakes are good. But, I don't know, man. It's very dangerous. Like, I can't even really steer the fucking thing. Like, you turn the wheel and it's like, I don't know. Maybe I got to get used to it, but I feel like it doesn't turn like I guess it's not a fucking mountain bike. It's a BMX bike, but still. I remember when I was a teenager, I had full control of that fucking bike. We was doing jumps and flips and fucking all types of shit with that thing, going downstairs, making turns. Like, there was no problem. Now it's a fucking problem. I feel like I'm too big for the bike. I don't know. But it was cool. And yeah, so maybe one of these nights I'll drive through the woods in the dark and I'll take you guys live. And hopefully we don't get killed by some fucking homeless bum in the woods. And we'll give you like a spooky trail. We'll ride through the woods at night with the bike. It's gonna be weird. I thought about doing it tonight, but I just ate, and I don't feel like going out there in this fucking humidity. I got to work myself up to it. It's really a pain in the ass riding that bike. It's really a chore. So I should definitely be burning some calories with this bike this summer. As far as riding it in the city, I don't know, man. That's a risk. It don't feel safe. I can't turn. I don't feel like I have command of the fucking bike, And it's a real struggle to fucking pedal that thing. I don't remember it being so fucking strenuous. I don't remember, having a problem. I guess I really did grow from being a teenager, I thought my growing days were done when I was 16, 17, I guess I did grow a little bit more. I don't know. You think I need this shit? Yeah. And the guy asked me last time, he said, what do you want the bike for? Was it like nostalgia? Like you just want to look at it or are you going to ride it? I was like, I want to ride it. I want to lose some weight. He's like, oh, I've been trying to lose weight on my bike. It doesn't work. Well, that's you, pal. I gave it a little spin today. I was like, holy shit. It's very strenuous. It's going to be a lot of exercise there, a lot of pedaling involved. And plus, it's very uncomfortable. So you got to strain yourself just to get yourself into like a position there. Anyway, nobody gives a shit. And then what else? I talked about the Sharks, talked about the beach, talked about the heat, talked about the bike. It was a chill day today. Maybe I should just went out there and fucking just rode around the city on the bike. I don't know. Give you guys some different content. Random shit. I gotta look into like a motor. Can't you like attach a motor to the fucking thing? I don't know. I gotta turn it into like a cyborg hybrid e-bike, That thing definitely can't pedal uphill, You're gonna have to walk that bike uphill and shit. It's really just for tricks, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was thinking, I don't know. I guess I was thinking it would ride like a motor, like a fucking, what do you call it, mountain bike. Yeah. All right, let me scroll the way down here. Hold on. Thanks again, Sons. Yeah. Oh, you were supposed to be on vacation this week. Yeah, you had to reschedule for August. Oh, nice. Isn't that nice? Doesn't it have gears? What up, T-Not? No, it doesn't. It's an old school, it's an old school BMX bike. Hold on, let me take a sip of my drink. We're drinking water, boy. Hold on. Fucking water, boy. The water boy. Anyway. No, I don't have no gears. Go right around and look for Santini. Yeah, maybe I could join his gang. Maybe I could join his bicycle gang. We could blow red lights together, pause, and stop signs. Yeah. Shouts to Ranger fan. First, the rug got ripped up with the hot water. Oh, yeah. They came over and fixed it. You're putting wood floors down instead of rugs. Good. I'm glad you got it taken care of, Ranger Boy. What's up, Butterfly? Good evening. Pro Performer Dino Mongoose. Yeah, I got the Mongoose. Yeah. I had a 5-star yellow rims BMX. I was a champ on that thing. I could do a wheelie around the block. I got to get used to this shit again, man. I know the bike you're talking about, but I used to like those wheels. My shit was chrome though. I'm impressed the way they cleaned it up, man. They made it look nice. I got to make a YouTube short out of it. Yeah. Bikes are a great workout. Yeah. The hell's this guy talking about? For the machine gun to kill big cages with no gaps except a hole for the machine gun to kill sharks, laughing at them in their face. Me and Smoke, fuck the shark. That's right, yeah. We'll turn them into fish soup, shark fin soup, whatever the fuck it's called. Fuck the sharks. Gonna ruin my day. Can you imagine that? It's been the hottest it's been in the city in like the past 15 years. Really, the past 80 years. And they're fucking telling you can't go in the water because of a shark. Get the fuck out of here. Kill the fucking thing. They said there was a bunch of them, a bunch of bull sharks swimming up the shore. Kill the fucking thing. What do you mean? People paid money to go to the beach. And these things are threatening people's lives. They got the whole fucking ocean there. There's nothing obstructing them. They don't need to swim by the shore. Nobody told them to swim by the shore. They got the whole ocean to chase a fish around. No, they want to come to the shore to eat human prey. You got to kill things like that. That's it. You know, there's no discussion or negotiation. Kill the fucking thing. It's a shark. No, you can't do that. It's their home. Yeah, fuck that. The earth is our home. And everything in it. All right? We're the superior species. If they're a threat to us, we squash them like a bug, and that's it. We don't need bull sharks swimming around, all right? There's plenty of other sharks in the sea. We don't need bull sharks. You know, you gotta kill them because, you know, after a while, it gets ingrained in their DNA to stay the fuck away from human beings or the shore. And then, you know, they won't be a threat to you any longer. It'll be in their DNA that they stay the fuck away from us. You know, but if they don't have that fear, you know, it's a problem. It's like with a baby, you know, you got a newborn baby and you put it in front of a snake, the baby's going to cry. It knows the snake is an evil fucking creature that's dangerous, you know. A lot of creatures inherently know that the snake is bad. You stay away from the fucking snake. It's going to bite. That's a natural instinct, all right? The baby doesn't know shit. The baby has no experience. But the baby knows inherently that to have a fear of snakes. Just like with the shark, you know? If you kill the shark enough, over generations, the shark is going to know the fear of the human being and stay the fuck away from us. But you got to instill that fear in the fucking shark by culling them or whatever you want to call it. Bicycle. I got a bicycle. There's no gears. There's no gears at all. It's savage, man. What up, the gust up? Ticks are scarier than sharks. Yeah. I heard it's got a new disease now that the ticks are giving out. You don't want to get bit by a tick. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. I'm going to go spearfish it. Just like Pacheco's old bike. Pacheco told me you were a bitch. You were too fat for a mountain bike. You were a sissy on a tricycle. Pacheco used to tell me that he used to ride on his pegs like a little bitch while you went around the neighborhood playing stickball. I don't know. Anyway. Used to love to ride the waves. Reese Park. Yeah. You mean RIIS? Rise? Reese Park? Whatever? Or Reese? I think you mean the RIIS beach, right? I've been there before. I can't remember it, but I know the name. I've been there. The smoking gun of YouTube. That's me. That's me, boy. Is you Islamic, boy? Alhamdulillah. The weather in Cupertino, California always seems perfect this year round. Sunny, 70. I was watching fucking Wimbledon earlier. 75 degrees in Wimbledon. I said, what the fuck? And then right next door in France, they're having a freaking heat wave. They're crying. 90 degrees. They're dying over there. They're bursting into shops and stealing air conditioners and shit. 90 degrees. I mean, they're panicking. It's crazy. It's crazy. Don't worry, guys. We're just gearing up, all right? We're building up for the show, all right? We're just like settling in right now. This isn't the show. We're settling in. Calm down. We're going to work ourselves up to having a good show, all right? We just got started. It hasn't even been half an hour yet. Just take it easy. Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your auntie, tell your kids to tune in, all right? We're just getting started, all right? It's going to be 100 tomorrow, Smoke. You will melt. I melted today. Spent a fortune on ice cream today for the family. I got the pineapple flavor. It was delicious. You order a large and they give you a small or what they think is a large. It's not large. $7 per fucking ice cream for a large. Son of a bitch. I'm from Korea. I'm cheer. Yeah. All right. What's up, Jane Creek? Peptides. Peptides with the riptides. What up, Gardino? Whoa. You know, I said to myself, I wasn't going to break Dom Cicali's balls today. I was going to leave it alone, you know. I don't want to piss this guy off. He's going to end up whacking me. He's gonna get mad one day. He's going to start barking. You know, do I really need the aggravation? I mean, you know, look, it's hard. It's hard not to break their balls because they're the biggest game in town, you know? Ah, shit. I don't know. I said I was going to read the news tonight, you know? Talk about current events. Maybe I'll do a poll and leave it up to you guys what we talk about tonight. Should I do current events and just do rants on that, or should we listen to Dom Cicali and see what the fuck he's up to? You know? But I'm really trying not to break his balls. I feel like I've been doing it too much, you know? One day he's going to fucking bark. Like, yo, Gunsmoke, you're a punk, you know, all that shit. I don't need it. I don't need it, yeah. I told you a few weeks ago about Mama Jaws coming back for some payback. The movie Jaws came out around 4th of July. And America's never been the same since the original Jaws. I remember I used to take swimming lessons. I used to take swimming lessons at the YMCA. They used to throw you in a fucking 10-foot deep pool, you know? The pool was so deep that it started getting dark at the bottom, you know? And then I would always think about the fucking sharks. So I used to look down at the bottom, and I used to go in the water and look at the bottom to make sure there was nothing swimming down there, you know? Even though it was a fucking indoor pool in a fucking building, you know? But I wasn't too sure. Once I see dark water and shit, I'm like, oh, shit. This is really fucking deep, and there could be something down there swimming like a fucking shark, you know? I don't know. I was a stupid kid. But, yeah. So that's thanks to Jaws, you know? I wouldn't have that fear if it wasn't for fucking Jaws. So you could thank Spielberg for that. America wasn't the same after that movie came out. Yeah. My grandparents used to have a restaurant in Flushing, right next to this movie theater. And they said that when Jaws came out, they got a whole bunch of customers and shit. A lot of customers that day when Jaws was out. That movie was big business for the local eateries around town. Smoke, I've been present. I just had phone keypad issues. Phone keypad issues. So just sat back. Still have issues. God damn it, JP. Would you spill coffee on it? What, you been eating empanadas and got great empanada grease all over the phone? What'd you do, man? Keypad issues. Yeah. Oh, hold on. My man. Thank you, Ranger. You've been really good to me lately. I appreciate you. Roast Sakali, he can take a joke, I think. You think? He has bigger fish, no pun intended, to deal with. That's true. I don't think he wants to make me famous. Him attacking me would only help my channel, wouldn't it? Thank you very much, Ranger. Now, you've been good to me, man. You've been real good to me lately. There you go, brother. And thank you to everybody who's hitting the like button for Ranger Fan. Thank you, guys. Oh, look who snuck in. Jersey girl with a super sticker style. Hope you're staying nice and cool out there, Jersey girl. Shit. David James, I smoke and drink. I taste terrible. The healthy swimmers around me get taken first. You hope, David James. You hope. I don't think you get a choice, you know? The shark will eat anything. You throw a fucking car tire, a used car tire in there, they'll fucking eat that. They'll eat license plates. I don't think the shark cares, bro. Whether you taste like cigarettes or not. You can shit in the shark's mouth, he'll eat it. Yeah, the shark is just a stupid, soulless, evil fish. Heard some douchebag today saying, y'all people out there think the shark is evil, man. He ain't evil. He just trying to bite you. That's how he learns things. I'm like, that's how he learns things? Fuck that, bro. Maybe he should figure out a new way to learn the world around him instead of biting everything he comes across, you know? It's not nice. It's still an evil creature doing some shit like that, you know? You got fucking squirrels out there. When they're curious about you, they walk up to you and they cock their head like to the side and look at you, you know? That's them being curious, not fucking biting your fucking limbs off. Thank you, Jersey. Thank you, Ranger. After Sharks, that movie Jaws got to me. Don't go past my knees. Bull sharks go in salt water and fresh water. Can't win. Son of a bitch. Row. Look who's awake. Fuck the sharks and the snakes. I like that. Yeah. I thought you guys out there didn't agree with me. I thought you guys were like conservationists and shit. I thought you guys love nature so much. Oh, shit. Gunsmoke. It's their home. Yeah, it's their home. Yeah. Thank you very much, Roro. At least some people agree with me. I'm not alone in this, you know? Every month I hear about people getting their limbs bitten off by a shark, a soulless fish. Imagine that. A fish comes up and bites you and kills you. Shouldn't have to be that way. I appreciate your support, Roro. Always. The Queen of Queens. Thank you. Shit. Nah, I feel better. I'm glad I went live tonight, man. Something told me, don't go live. I wasn't going to go live. But I said, fuck it, man. We got to try. And we're going to have a positive attitude, man. I prayed before the show, too. I actually prayed. I closed my eyes and prayed. What's up, Ruben? Smoke, I'll make you famous. What movie is that from? I don't know. Sounds like some Clint Eastwood shit. I'll make you famous, baby. I don't know. I think Tupac Shakur said that on a record, too. Yeah. Fuck with me, I'll make you famous. Something like that. Probably some Dan Aykroyd bullshit or something. Who knows? T-Not spent $150 on a new Moto G 5G phone. This is better than any iPhone I've ever owned. We'll see about that, T-Not. We'll see. My phone's almost paid off. I got one more payment. This fucking phone is finally paid off. Thank God. One less bill. Son of a bitch. Sakali has 6 bodies so far. 7th and 8th are coming up. I hope I'm not one of them. I'm sure Nadu's probably one of them, right? I hope I'm not one of them. Jane Creek says, you've been brainwashed by anti-shark Zionist propaganda, Smoke. Emma, the lovable 15-foot tiger shark, proves that they are no different than dogs or cats. What are you, nuts? Let's see what the hell you're talking about. Because sometimes I think you're just talking shit, but then I look it up and it's like, wow, she's you know, what is it called? Emma, the tiger shark. Oh my God. Oh my God. It actually is real. Oh my God. How do you know these things, Jane? Look at this shit. Is she walking the shark like a dog? Oh my God. Emma is a legendary 15-foot wild tiger shark famous for her decades-long friendship with diver and conservationist Jim Abernethy. First encountered in 2001 at Tiger Beach, Bahamas, she is renowned for her gentle personality and love of head rubs, frequently acting like a giant, affectionate dog. Shut the fuck up. That's a big shark, too. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Real affectionate and cuddly until it bites your fucking hand off. Wild shark recognizes human best friend after they were separated. Bullshit. How are you going to recognize anybody? You're fucking wearing a fucking full body suit. You're wearing a full wetsuit over here with goggles on. And what do you call that? Scuba diving gear. You think the shark recognizes you? This is the stupid shit that these humans do. I forgot what they call it. Something like they're projecting like their own feelings on these wild creatures that it's just not true, man. Fucking, there's no way the shark could recognize you. What is there to recognize? You're in a fucking scuba diving suit. Look at you. What is it recognizing? It can't smell you. So what is it recognizing? This is what I'm talking about. I forgot what they call it. If I was an educated man, I could tell you what that is when human beings project their own fucking feelings and emotions on other fucking wild creatures. You know? Like they think a crocodile is their friend or some shit. The crocodile has emotions and shit. Like, no, it doesn't. The crocodile doesn't love you. All right? It doesn't eat you because you just fed it, you know? Let that crocodile go hungry and then see how, he recognizes you. Son of a bitch. But this is cool, though. All right. Look at this bullshit they feed you. Listen to this propaganda. Talk about propaganda. Listen to this shit. Emma and Jim Abernethy's remarkable relationship began over 20 years ago. Over the years, Jim successfully removed 5 painful fishing hooks from Emma's mouth. Recognizing that Jim was helping her, Emma eventually began to actively seek him out and open her mouth to show him where the hooks were located. Emma is so intelligent, in fact, that she recognizes Jim's boat upon his return from her annual vacations. Oh, the shark's taking fucking vacations, huh? I haven't had a fucking vacation, a real vacation, since 2003 when I went to Miami. Haven't had a real vacation since 2003. These assholes, a fucking shark, a tiger shark, is taking annual vacations. Swims right up to the guy for affection. She loves receiving head rubs, which she signals by playfully nudging divers' heads. It's fucking sick. Fucking sick. Anyway, never mind this feel-good story, Jane. They're still dangerous, all right? I wouldn't take too much stock into that fucking little fairy tale that they just told you. Maybe a crocodile will feast on Dom's account. Oh, Jesus. Whoa! Oh! It's eating me! Call the lifeguard! I can't feel my legs. Oh, wait, I don't have any legs anymore. What's up, Phoenix? Oh, we got Matt in the house. What up, Matt? I see you, man. The real gangsters. What's the motherfucker say? Kevin Wu's in the house. Don't feel bad. I hadn't had a woman since 2006. Damn. Shit. I was getting some good cutting back then. Thank you, Malik. Why are you saying words you know I can't pronounce, man? Anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphism. Fuck is that? Hold on. Anthropomorphism. Where's all my scamming ass bitches at? Spend that money fast. All right, hold on. Let's see what the fuck you got here. Anthropomorphism is the attribution of human characteristics, emotions, intentions, and behaviors to non-human entities. This is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Malik. Yes, sir. You're an educated man, huh? You a thinking man. You smart. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you. Yes. Yes, indeed. This is what you motherfuckers are doing out there, you see? Attributing human characteristics, emotions, intentions, or behaviors to non-human entities, especially fucking creatures that aren't even fucking mammals. I can understand, mammal on mammal communications, through interspecies. Like, you could attribute human emotions to like an elephant or a horse or a dog, a fucking rhinoceros, maybe. A giraffe, monkeys, of course, elephants, killer whale, dolphins. They're mammals. They're not a stupid fish like a shark. You could put some of our you could see some of our characteristics in a fucking elephant, a deer, a dog, a horse, They like to play. They like to fuck. They communicate with each other, They have a soul, Human-like eyes, some of them, But putting empathy and what do you call it? Anthropomorphism into a fucking fish, a soulless fish with razor sharp teeth. Get the fuck out of here. This broadly encompasses given human traits to animals, deities, or inanimate objects. Yeah. Inanimate objects. Yeah. Like you're putting emotions into like a dildo or something that glows in the dark. You know, just because it makes you happy doesn't mean, it has emotions and feelings, It's a dildo, It often stems from our natural instinct to seek connection and make the unfamiliar more relatable. Yeah, you guys got to stop doing that shit, And why the fuck they use a Mickey Mouse as an example? Oh, shit. I'm from Korea. Shit. Y'all think y'all gangster, man. Y'all think y'all gangsters. Thanks again, Malik. And thank you for that word, man. Thank you. I'm going to try to remember that. I got to add that to my vocabulary. Yeah. Can I pet your shark? Sounds a little insane to me. Yeah, no, not doing that. Yeah, fuck that. A dolphin, yeah, that's risky enough. Dolphin could fuck you up. That you hope that he's going to be friendly. Most of them are friendly, unless it's mating season. Then they take it too far. What's up, Psycho Scott? Kevin Wu's been in and out. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Kevin Wu just disappears now. I don't know what's up with Kevin Wu. I don't know. I don't even bother to ask. What are you going to do? Well, who said it? Let me see. Who was it? Ranger fan? Let me see. Yeah. Ranger fan. He said he wants me to roast Sakali. God damn it. Might have to break Sakali's balls tonight. I wasn't going to do it, but if Ranger fan's going to send a super chat and tell me to break the guy's balls, I guess I got to break the guy's balls a little bit. Just a little. Oh, you're here now? Yeah, you're here, huh? Where the fuck you been? I just studying for my MCATs. I don't even know what that is. MCATs? Well, you starting to become a doctor? Did you see Proctor on Mafia Roundtable? He mocked Gene and Dom, and it flew under the radar with those two clowns. I didn't get to really get into it last night. I watched like the first 10, 15 minutes, and then I got tired, Scott left, and I was like, I'm tired, man. Fuck it. Took me 3 hours to get through 15 minutes of that show, so. The snout on the shark has a great sense of smell along with sonar. You've been watching too much Discovery Channel, man. How do you know that? You've been watching too much National Geographic shit back in the day. I know what you've been watching, boy. You're watching that Nat Geo shit, learning about sharks. We're going to have Shark Week coming up soon. Shark Week. Great. My favorite time of year, Shark Week. That's like the Christmas for like Discovery Channel and shit. The snout on a shark. Shark. Understand, we all fall short. And when we get caught up in bullshit, it's righteous justice. God damn it. I don't want to get caught up, man. I don't want to get caught up. Yeah. Everybody wants to play the game, but don't nobody want to lose. Yeah. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Yeah. Gangsta shit. Oh, what up, Danny Santos? What up, Gunsmoke? A chip on the way. Well, chim chimmery, chim chim chiree, chippy boy. Thank you, Santos. Thank you, Danny. Shouts to you, man. Good to see you tonight. I gotta say something too that I saw tonight. Completely off a topic. You guys probably don't even give a shit, but I just gotta say it, man. All right. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Whack 100. Real scumbag piece of shit out there. Whack 100. Real scumbag. Somebody should have turned his fucking TV off years ago. Piece of shit. He goes around slandering Tupac Shakur, you know, saying horrible things about Tupac Shakur, his memory, his legacy. Dumb shit, he says, you know. And Vlad TV. I don't know if you're familiar with Vlad TV. He's a famous YouTuber. And he had a birthday the other day. And he invited Whack 100 to his party. And he also invited one of Tupac Shakur's former brother-in-law / outlaw immortal soldier, Idi Amin, to his birthday as well. So, after about 10 years of Whack talking shit about Tupac Shakur, you would think Idi Amin, who was so close to Tupac, is actually, the father to Tupac Shakur's nephew. Slept with Tupac Shakur's sister and made a baby. And, Tupac put him into the rap game and made him a celebrity, part of the Outlaw Immortals, a legendary rap group. You think the guy would say something to Whack 100 like, yo, motherfucker, this Outlaw Immortal is still. But he didn't say none of that shit. I understand Idi Amin, he's in his early 50s, late 40s. He's a heart attack survivor, so he's in no position to be fucking with Whack 100 at all physically, And he's too old in the game to be crashing out and killing Whack 100 over something he said on the internet. We know y'all on the internet. Y'all ain't gangster. Y'all on the internet. So I figured, I guess whatever, man. It just sucks, bro, Pac is spinning over in his grave. I don't even know, man. I guess he should have at least Idi Amin, if he wasn't going to hurt the guy or try to get him whacked, at least leave the party, The guy's been committing a lot of fucking Tupac Shakur slander that he should have been whacked for, And if the other outlaw immortals like Gaddafi and Fatal Hussein were still alive, yeah, it would have been a problem. It would have been a problem for Whack 100. If Tupac Shakur was still alive, it definitely would have been a problem. Because the Outlaw Immortals and MLB the Real Motherfucking Bloods would have stomped the mud hole out of fucking Whack 100's ass and turned him into mashed potatoes. They would have mashed his ass. Pause. So it just made me feel disappointed, that's all. I guess the guy did the right thing and, didn't wild out and crash out and, throw his life away over foolish words, But at the same time, I grew up on this guy's fucking music. And, these guys were the real deal back in the 90s. It wasn't just music, man. It was the life. It was the life, baby. These guys were screaming Outlaw Immortals and the life. And, they wasn't fucking around. All right? If Pac was mad at you and he saw you in person, you had a fucking problem, all right? It was going to be fucking gunfire when it followed, too. Gunfire when it followed. Motherfucker. It was Thula. Now, that's part of the reason why he got killed. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It sucks because, you live long enough and people pass away. The greatest always pass away as they get older. And then other people, you live long enough to see other people disappoint you. People you looked up to they grow to disappoint you somehow. They're not who you thought they was, or they ain't the same person as they used to be. I guess that's life. I really can't fault the guy. He had a heart attack, so he's not going to fight Whack 100. And he's a grown man, family man. He ain't about that life. I can't hold him to some shit he was living 30 years ago and expect him to fucking, take care of Whack 100 and take him out the game, But it just made me sick when I saw the pictures and, Idi Amin was in the same party with Whack 100 for Vlad's birthday. It just made me sick, And Vlad knows that, what Whack has said and, he's inviting one of Tupac's fucking closest homies to come over there to the party. It's just all fucked, man. It just made me sick. And this month, it's going to be a year. Young Noble from the Outlaw Immortals whacked himself. I think he walked on like some golf course or some shit. July 4th, actually. On the 4th of July, he whacked himself. That's crazy. Young Noble. So now there's no outlaws left except Idi Amin and Castro. That's it. Castro don't even rap no more. Fatal Hussein is dead. 2016, he died in a car crash. His girlfriend flew off a fucking embankment on the highway in Atlanta, Georgia. 100 feet above the ground. He flew through the windshield and died. And then, Yaki Gaddafi, he died 2 months after Tupac Shakur got killed, And then Napoleon, he left the outlaws and converted to Islam and moved to Saudi Arabia. He don't even listen to music no more because that's haram. It's haram. So, thank you, Jersey girl. Hold on, let me put this on the screen. God bless you, Jersey. Nah, I feel better. Napoleon was a writer. He was a little threat back in the day. He was a problem. Fatal Hussein was a fucking problem. He wasn't going for shit. He would have stomped the mud hole out of fucking Whack 100's ass. Napoleon would have pulled a gun on him. But he's a changed man. He ain't even in America no more. Gaddafi definitely would have saw Whack 100 about that bullshit. But he ain't about that no more. I mean, well, he passed away. And Young Noble passed away. He took himself out. So there's no more Outlaw Immortals, man. Pac's crew is all gone. All the Suge's crew is gone. All the MLB the Real Motherfucking Bloods. They're gone, They got murdered. It's a sad story, All that's left is Whack 100 and Snoop Dogg fucking rewriting history and throwing dirt on Tupac Shakur's legacy, man. Pieces of shit. Holy shit. Julie. Where you been, Julie? Good to see you. Welcome back. And thank you for the membership gifting. Let me see who got it. 9x9. Pause. Thank you so much, Julie. Hope you've been all right. I appreciate you. That was a pleasant surprise. Yeah. I haven't seen you in months. Yeah. Now I feel better. You want the link? I'll drop the link. All right. We'll drop a link. I'm from Korea. Yeah. What up, David Lopez? Hit the like and you will be entered a drawing for a date, virtual date for her safety with our very own Jersey girl. You're offering up Jersey girl, huh? Without her consent? What about Saddam? Sometimes I question Hussein, like fiends running for that last vein, stuck in the game. Cocaine, the product of the devil. Am I selling my soul? You got used to small time living. Partners telling me no. I got mine. Fuck them other suckers. That's the mentality. Crazy ass busters making hell for a hustler. What up, Philip Hendry? Good to see you, man. All right, hold on. We got Julie in the house. Julie.
Hey, how you doing? I'm so sorry.
Hey, no, you ain't got nothing to be sorry about.
I've been MIA for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you. I thought you got mad at me or something. I must have said something. I don't know. I was wondering what happened to you. God damn it, I can't. Oh, okay.
No. Actually, it's a YouTube craziness. I'm back mostly on TikTok with my stuff over there. You know, I got a bigger following over there. I went from 0 subscribers to 8,000 in a year on YouTube.
Oh my God.
And YouTube is nothing but crazies and drama, and
I told you. I tried to warn you. Yeah.
I don't need it. And I think I took down, I hid my channel, but I think coming back tonight on your show makes it start up again. I think it activates it again. So I got to take it down again. I mean, I didn't delete it. I just hid it, you know?
Yeah.
But I have a question for you.
Okay.
I was watching my book. Someone asked Joseph asked in the chat about my book. It's coming out soon, very soon. And it's coming out in a different way than I thought it was going to come out. But that's not the point. I've been watching some videos on YouTube and other sources about my relative. And now that it's a month out from my book, I could tell you who it is, right?
Yeah.
He's less well known than some of the other gangsters of the 20s, 30s, and 40s, but he is known enough. His name is Jacob Gurr Shapiro, partners of Louis Lepke Buchalter, right?
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
I know Lepke, yeah.
Lepke, yeah. So Lepke, they were lifelong friends and partners. They said Lepke and Gurr were head of Murder Inc. Lepke said, "We were never head of Murder Inc. We were just the best customers." Right? Semantics, but it is true. They were not head of Murder Inc. And my relative, they called him Gura. His name's Jacob Shapiro. Born in Russia, came to the United States at 11. And they called them different, they had different names, you know, amongst the gangsters. I mean, they had the nicknames Lepke and Gura, but I heard somebody say they were called the Gold Dust Twins, and I had never heard that. But when they attended that 1929 conference in Atlantic City, the other gangsters called them the Rockefellers. The ones who were there, Lansky, Capone, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And because they, unlike the other gangsters who were mostly at that time in bootlegging, right, was the big thing, gambling and other things, but big bootlegging during Prohibition. Gura and Lepke were infiltrating the labor unions. That was the biggest part of their income, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, by the time that conference happened, it was getting close to the end of Prohibition, and all these people were going to have all the, you know, on Luciano's commission, we're all going to have to figure out how they're going to make their money from now on, you know, the bulk of their money. But with those two, it was already churning, you know? And he, it's absolutely amazing how little is known about him and how much misinformation of the little information that's out there is so wrong. Even, like authors that are well known got things wrong. So I did a lot of research for my book because I know I'm going to have to defend a lot of things. But I was watching on YouTube. So there was this one page just today I saw Red Door Mafia. Have you seen this channel?
No.
So the guy says his name is Mike. He's on one video where you see him, but it's, you'd think it was AI generated, except for this video of the actual guy, right? It's like where they tell the story about this gangster and they show little clips and they'll show pictures and they'll say he was born here, he did this, he did that, right? And they've started only like a year ago, have sizable following. They get lots of views on these kinds of videos, but the information is wrong. And, there's no email. You don't know who they are, and there's no way to correct it.
Yeah.
But you never heard of these kind of channels?
No.
Have you seen them?
The Red channel? No.
That channel? There's another one, A Few Bad Men.
I've heard of that one. I haven't watched them in like years, but I heard of them.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of them like this that go over like gangster history, right? Mobsters and things like that. And they cover more modern day too, but a lot of it's, very slick kind of videos that they narrate over, and they get a ton of views on these. But my God, the information is so wrong. I was just curious what your thoughts about that were, about these kinds of these channels that, they're making their money doing all these gangster videos. Do you know what I'm talking about? And you don't even know who they are.
I used to watch them years ago, here and there. I know a few bad men. I think they did like some on Nicky Scarfo. I watched or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they get like so like everything he said basically about my relative is wrong.
Yeah.
And the biggest misconception about Jacob Gurr Shapiro. Do you have a picture of him you can show? Oh, you're showing him. Good.
Yeah.
The biggest misconception about him is that he was the brawn to Lepke's brains, right? That the newspapers called him stupid, dumb, lazy, fat, all these things. He came to the United States, 11 years old, didn't even speak the language. He made in his lifetime, it's estimated and he died young in Sing Sing prison, unfortunately, estimated between $20 to $30 million. And yet his lasting reputation is that he was an idiot, that he was the muscle. He was the dumb guy, right? To Lepke's brains. Lepke was the celebrity. But it's completely untrue. How is it possible for somebody to make that kind of money, to infiltrate unions, to, expand into lots of different businesses, trucking, bakery, all kinds of things. And be the brawn, not the brains. He had to be a brilliant guy, and he was a brilliant guy. And the fact that he didn't take credit for a lot of the things he did, but he really, in so many ways, was so much smarter, even than Lepke. In fact, I think he grew to regret his partnerships with Lepke. because of how, out there Lepke was, right? Publicly. And it really bothered me, and it's always bothered me that that's been his reputation, right? Because it's like, it doesn't make any sense. He was on the commission with Lansky and Lucky Luciano, right? He was a voting member of the syndicate, of the commission, of the syndicate that included Jews and Italians. Do you think Luciano and Lansky would have given this guy Gura a vote if all he was the bronze? Was the muscle, like a bodyguard? Would they allow him to have a say in anything? There was a million guys who were big and tough, right?
Yeah.
And he wasn't even that big, by the way. I mean, he's not that tall. He was kind of like a bull. But you couldn't, he was extremely intimidating. And there's so many things that people don't know about him and his life. And, I think that was purposeful. They call Buffalino the quiet Don, right? Back then, I don't think they didn't have Dons for Jewish gangsters, first of all. But, he would have been like that, He was doing all kinds of things, but not publicizing it, living modestly. He lived in Brooklyn, in the Brownsville section. He bought a nice home, but nothing fancy. He stayed there. He was married. He had kids. He wasn't traveling all around. You know what I mean? He just kept out of the papers, as much as possible. Never wanted to be photographed. There's very few photographs of him. He's in the mob museum. They got like picture of him in his undershirt. There's like no pictures of him even. But he's done, like, the stories that I uncovered about him and what he's responsible for is going to, I think it's gonna like really blow people away, because there's so many stories that have been told that people think that they know who's responsible for this or that, and they really don't know. I give you an example about, sorry to keep going on, the Kid Dropper, right? Nathan Kid Dropper Kaplan.
Yeah.
Who killed him?
I don't know.
I'm not seeing the chat. Is the chat going? Does anybody know that story?
I don't know.
Well, it was a young kid, 20 years old, a wannabe gangster, right? Who killed him outside a courthouse in Manhattan. But everybody knew and thought that this kid was set up to kill Kaplan, right? Kid Dropper. But who they attributed to that he did it for is not the person that's coordinated this. Not that it's something to brag about, that my relative was behind the murder of somebody, but like, it's unbelievable how many times this story has been told. It's been in movies. They've done movies about him, about Kid Dropper, right?
Yeah.
And they're wrong. They're wrong, about who, everything they say is wrong. I mean, they say, oh, he was part of Little Augie's gang. You want to be with Little Augie? Little Augie was released from prison a month, not even a month, before Kaplan was killed, right? He was trying to get his gang back together. He didn't know what was up, what was down. He didn't work in the same industry as this kid. He didn't live near him. He didn't know him. You know, it would have been impossible for Augie to be behind it. Impossible. And yet they say, oh, this kid did it to impress little Augie. No, not true. But it's just so many tremendous mistakes that in mob history that are out there. And I think it's because a lot the best books on mob history that we have most frequently were written before people had access to like the documents, materials, newspapers of the time period that we do now, you know? So they were basing it on people's memories or stories or things like that, or what families had told each other. And that's all wrong. So this guy lived an incredible life. The other thing that's different about my relative versus the other Jewish gangsters, all of them were kind of one generation, right? Like they didn't bring their sons into like you come into the family business, you know, life of crime with me. It was like a one and done kind of thing. And most of their families were embarrassed of them. They shunned them. They wouldn't talk to them. They excommunicated them. You know, the whole community did, right? Lansky's family disowned him. Siegel's family disowned him. Kaplan's family disowned him. Monk Eastman's family, you know what I mean? Like everybody, Lepke's family disowned him, but not Gura. Gura's, not only did Gura's family not disown him, they stayed connected. But Jewish people, we have a term for somebody like who comes from the same place that you come from in the old country. Like for Italians, they say you're my paisan, right? You're my friend, but it's more than a friend. Like you're from where I'm from, right?
Uh-huh.
So in Yiddish, we would say landsman. He's my landsman. He comes from the place that I come from. And the whole town, the whole little shtetl was 600 people. Everybody's related to each other from there, 15 miles outside of Minsk. The whole community stayed together and they didn't disown him. They were connected. I visited the cemetery. Here's Gura buried. Here's my great-grandparents, my grandparents, my aunts, uncle. Everyone steps away from each other in the same plot that they all bought together with a gate, you know, with a marble gate with the names, you know, one next to the, because my last name's Skolnick, his last name's Shapiro, SHSK in order. They're right next to each other, etched in the marble. They had to raise money, you know, they stayed together their whole lives. So he was unique in that way. And his community was unique in that way, that they stuck together. But I'm looking forward to going out and doing a tour, hopefully soon. My son's going to come out with me. And I've been invited to speak a few places.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to it.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as you know, certain like YouTube channels doing documentaries about this guy, or you might see a movie and they get things wrong. It's really, they're just sensationalizing. They're taking whatever little bit of information they have, but they got to make it look, they got to make it sound interesting or look interesting. So they got to spicing it up a little bit. So they'll say, oh, he was with Lepke, or he was with some other guy, or, you know, or,
and the thing is like, they say like he's But it makes no sense. Like, there's a lot of people who study gangster talk about the historians, whatever. Like, does it make sense to say he was the bronze to Lepke's brains? You know, the guy made tens of millions of dollars in the
Well,
Depression.
everybody's a critic. You know,
You know what I mean?
I keep telling these people, they got a guy, I don't know if you heard of him, Dom Sicali, right? They say he's
Yeah.
dumb, he's an idiot. Meanwhile, the
Yeah.
guy's a multimillionaire driving around a fucking Maybach. He's got all these businesses. The guy doesn't work. He drives around his Maybach all day, doing exercises and getting car washes, you know? And
You think,
he's chilling.
is he really a millionaire?
Yeah, he's a multimillionaire, this guy.
Hmm.
You know, and they call him an idiot. He might talk like an idiot, but you know, he
He
ain't that
sounds
dumb.
like, he kind of
was-
sounds like an idiot when I hear
What?
him talk. I
No,
listen to
yeah.
your show.
Yeah. Oh, so
I
you're
gotta-
familiar with him? Yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
just from your show. That's
Oh,
all.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
He doesn't.
don't judge him by my show. You know, I'm
Well,
breaking his balls.
Well, then, I guess there is something to say, you could be an idiot and still make money.
Yeah, I
But-
guess. Yeah.
But I did realize that there were things. It's not only because of people not knowing or the memories failing. The families actually did lie to each other. Like, there was a lot of shame and embarrassment later on, not to talk about who your family member was, right? And because they killed people, right? I mean, you have to sort of kind of come to terms with the idea that, you're related to somebody who, took someone else's life, made multiple people's lives, responsible for people, the death of people. That's like hard to face and then because you think of your family in a certain way, everybody's legit, everybody's, educated, everybody, good citizens and moral and religious and all these things. And then you say, how is it possible that they didn't excommunicate him? How is it possible that they stayed?
Can you tell us how he passed away? Oh, hold on, I think we lost it. What's up, Carmela? God damn it. Can you guys hear me? Fuck. I can't hear it. You think I need this agita? Can you guys hear me? Fuck. All right, you hear me. All right. Damn it. I think we lost it.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you now. I hear you now.
Sorry. What'd you say? I said he died in Sing Sing.
Oh, okay. He died serving. Well, was it execution or he was just serving his time?
Lepke, his partner, was the only mobster to be executed in U.S. history on the electric chair. And they have a replica of the electric chair at the Mob Museum that Lepke was on, Old Sparky,
Yeah.
in Sing Sing at the Mob Museum. He and Lepke, towards the end, they were wanted. Dewey and Hoover and J. Edgar Hoover and FBI, everybody wanted them. They were on, public enemy #1, whatever. Back when they had the public enemy laws. And they skipped bail and were hid out for a long time, different places. And when I did actually interview his niece, right, who's like, I don't know how old she was, like 80 something, right? Who, her mom and her dad hid him in Baltimore where they lived. He opened up a clothing factory in Baltimore. and put his family in charge of it. And he hid in their house for, different periods. And they hid him, and his brother, who also lived in Baltimore, helped run the company, hid him for a little bit. And his niece tells me, she's like, they charged my father and my uncle and a secretary of the company with aiding and abetting a fugitive, right? And she goes, but luckily, or whatever, only the secretary went to prison, right? Now she's telling me this, and I know from my research that it's exactly the opposite. The secretary was the only one who didn't go to prison. Her father and her uncle got sentenced to a year in prison each, right? The secretary got probation. But I was like, so I had a little dilemma. Like, do I tell this woman? What do I do? She's like telling me, she's like, only the secretary went to prison. And I was like, who am I to tell her what her family didn't want her to know? That her father and her uncle went to prison. So I didn't tell her. If she's alive and reads the book, she'll find out. But that they did go to prison for, aiding and abetting a fugitive, hiding a fugitive. But these were the things that people, I don't know where they told them this. I don't know how old she was, but where they told her that her dad and her uncle went for a year. Maybe she thought they went to Europe or something.
Yeah.
But these were lies that were told even within families, It's crazy stuff. Like really, really, there's so many crazy stories, crazy things that happen.
Well, when's the book coming out?
Within a month.
Oh, wow.
This summer, within a month. That's why I have permission to talk about this. And it's, it's gonna come, it's gonna fold out slowly. I'm an unknown author, right? So although, it's going to take some word of mouth, it's going to take some marketing and hitting the road and stuff like that to sell the book, which I am prepared to do. And this guy has I wish I could tell you so many stories about this. And one day we'll be able to talk about some of these things, but it is really incredible. One story I can tell you is that, they said Dutch Schultz, right? He was killed because the story goes, why? You want to tell me? Test your knowledge.
Fuck. Dutch Schultz?
Yeah.
Why did he do what?
Why was he murdered?
Oh, because he was going to kill Dewey.
Right.
And the commission didn't want him to do that. He was going to do it anyway. So they had to whack him before he fucked up all their business. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There were 3 votes to kill Dewey. Did you know that?
Yeah. Lansky was in on it too. I think
Who?
Lansky. He voted to whack him.
Nope.
Didn't he?
No. It was Schultz, Albert Anastasia, who actually...
Oh, no. Oh, to kill Dewey. I thought you meant to kill Dutch. Oh, yeah, to kill
Not
Dewey.
to kill Dutch. To kill Dutch was, Lansky said kill Dutch.
Yeah.
But to kill Dewey, Albert Anastasia voted yes.
Yep, yeah.
And my relative, Jacob Gersh-Shapiro, said they split their vote. Lepke voted with Luciano and Lansky saying, no, it'll bring too much heat on us.
Yeah.
But Anastasia and Gura said yes. And
which I think they should have.
There's a story that when Lepke was on, they were both in Sing Sing, not in the same part of the prison. I got to go to Sing Sing and they gave me like a VIP tour right?
Uh-huh.
Of Sing Sing. I was like, I thought it was really going to be like super cool, but then I realized like, you know, a prison is not a place you want to be a VIP. You know, there's like nothing like great or cool. Like it's not like going to a fancy hotel
Yeah.
where you want to stay there. You're like, okay, can I leave now? You know?
Yeah.
But it's been said, and this is anecdotal, but I believe it to be true because I do know that Gura ultimately came to resent a lot of things about his relationship with Lepke. Is that Lepke was on death row. He tried to get his sentence commuted. He actually did get it suspended for a number of days. This is in my book about how that happened, but that Gura got when it was found that the governor, who was Dewey, right, who was the prosecutor then, who put him in jail, then he became governor. So the only person who could give him clemency is the guy who prosecuted him and put him away. And he, ultimately decided, no, I'm not giving you, a break. You're going to the electric chair. That Gura got a note to Buchalter in prison in Sing Sing. And the note simply said, I told you so.
Shit.
I mean, can you imagine getting that note? Like, you just got, you're gonna die. You've been on death row. You're not gonna get a commutation. And your partner for your whole life, your friend, then said, I told you so. And it was, everybody said it was about Dewey. They were right. They should have killed Dewey. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that on YouTube, but within 5 years of that vote, which was in 1935,
yeah,
more than half of the commission was either dead or in prison.
Yeah.
Or deported. Luciano ultimately.
If you look at the cartels in Mexico, how they run the whole fucking country down there, Cosa Nostra could have done that too, but they didn't whack Dewey, They should have instilled that fear and let them know, you're not going to fuck with us. We're Cosa Nostra, you motherfucker, But they didn't do that. They tried to respect the cops.
This guy was on a roll, and he wanted to be president.
Yeah.
He ran twice, lost twice. And he had something to prove. And, they had whatever, like they had, Gura and Anastasia and Schultz saw the writing on the wall. Schultz was a great character. Schultz is an interesting guy. He's got a lot of story. It's some of it's discussed in my book, but I mean, it's pretty well known about how he outsmarted Dewey. Getting out of one of, when he tried to get him convicted in a town in upstate New York. You know that story with Schultz.
I know he's got some buried treasure up there somewhere upstate New York, somewhere
well,
they never found.
Yeah. I got some ideas about that. But so the first time Dewey prosecuted him, or maybe it was the second time, I don't know, maybe it was the first time, but the first big prosecution Dewey was going to have against Schultz was in a town in upstate New York. It's the name of the town is escaping me right now. I don't know how. Maybe there was a change of venue that got it moved to there, and it was a serious charge. Schultz moves to that little town several months before the trial and becomes the #1 citizen of this town. He's buying everybody dinner. He's paying for a new, baseball fields. Every team gets new uniforms. He spent like $1 million in that town. He literally paid off every person in that town, practically, And when he went to trial with Dewey, he was acquitted. And Dewey was pissed, right? He was pissed and he was going to bring him back to trial. That's when Schultz went to the commission and said, we got to kill him, because, he's not letting go.
Yeah.
I'm going to be incarcerated. I got out of it this time. How many times can this happen? And he's coming after all of us. And he did.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was, they, and the idea that they put so much like blame on a handful of gangsters, right? That like all the city's problems, all the crime, all the violence, it's all because of these, 20 people, right?
Oh no, we lost it. God damn it. I'm gonna drop the link again. I don't know what happened there. She must have pressed a button or something. I'm sorry, Joseph. I couldn't get it, I was trying to work up to that. What her relationship is with Shapiro. I was gonna ask her, but I didn't get that chance yet. We'll figure it out. So now we finally know who her relative is. Matt says, when I need a good laugh, I go to Sicali's. Yeah, no, he's got a good show over there. They know what they're doing. Spike up. God damn it, Brian. I got to make pee-pee soon. I got to, I've been drinking water. I want to get a Coca-Cola. I want some soda pop for this. Got to spike up. What's this book called? I don't know. I still don't know. It's coming out next month, though. You just type it in your Barnes & Noble's search engine, and it'll pop up. Just type in the name Gura Shapiro. Yeah. Hold on. We got fucking Matt in the house. Look who it is.
Hey. You finally hear that was actually a good impression.
That's your Buick.
Because it's my it's like my congested voice.
That's your Buick voice.
I was coughing.
You coughing with
had
your
I had some weird feeling before it.
Hold on, we got Julie back and we got Ruben.
Sorry,
in the house.
I was talking away. The book's it's called A Gangster in the Family.
Gangster in the Family?
Yeah.
And Joseph, he's also coming out with a book, or he's trying to, and he's developing it, and he's related to a mobster as well. And he was asking, how are you related to Shapiro?
So Shapiro and I share, we share the same. For him, it's what would it be? A great grandparent. For me, it would be like a second or third great grandparent, a third great grandparent.
Okay.
But more importantly than the DNA lineage is the connection in the town that they're from, Uzlian, because there was only 600 people in the whole town. It was a little shtetl. And when they came to the United States, I looked at census reports. They all moved on like the same, within basically 4 streets, which were made a block. They were on Rutgers, on Cherry, on Monroe, on the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Everybody moved on one of these streets, right? They got each other jobs. This happened over and over. Like it happened in Italy. Towns would empty out in Italy and resettle, somewhere in the United States, whether it was in New York or whatever. Somebody worked one place, they get somebody else a job, come on over, now bring your brother and your cousin and everything, right?
Yeah.
And they literally reformed the same communities, that in the United States. So it was more so than even the genetic component to it. It's that they were, like I said, they were landsmen. They were landsmen was the initial title of my book, was the title I wanted to go with. The publisher changed it to A Gangster in the Family because they said nobody knows what a landsman is.
Yeah.
I know what a landsman is. The word paisan, whatever, but that's what it means. And
it's a good title. It's a good title.
The title came from my aunt. So in this little town of 600 people, not only was Jacob from that town and my grandparents and great grandparents, right? But somebody who was, I want to say 7 years older than him, also came from the town. A guy named David Sarnoff, who was, the person responsible for getting radios commercially into every home in America. First head of RCA, first head of developed television, spent the money, first head of NBC, debuted television at the 1939 World Fair. And he became a general during the World War II and communications, right? He was the one who telegraphed when the Titanic was going down. Same town, so 600 people. They came to the United States. Can you imagine? There's something to be said about what was going. And by the way, Sarnoff was cousins with him. I'm cousin with Sarnoff. This, everybody's at least whatever. But all Jewish people, well, actually not all, 50% of Ashkenazi Jewish people in North America are at least 32nd cousins of each other. So we're all kind of related.
Inbreeding?
Somewhat.
Bad joke. I'm just joking.
You only could marry Jewish people.
Yeah.
It literally is.
I wish I had a Jewish girlfriend. Anyway, go on. I'm stupid.
It couldn't hurt.
No, it couldn't hurt at all. No, it'd be nice.
So anyway, I was telling you about Paul Vaccarelli. Paul Vaccarelli, he changed his name back to Vaccarelli. He started as Paul Vaccarelli. It was actually, maybe it was John Francis Paul Vaccarelli, something like that. Or maybe it was I can't remember the full name.
Vaccarelli boy.
The name he changed it to, and then changed it back to Vaccarelli, was Paul Kelly. He wanted to sound more Irish.
Yeah.
And he became head of the 5 Points Gang.
That was a rough crew.
Rough group. He was a contemporary of Monk Eastman, right?
Yeah.
And Paul Kelly, a lot of people don't know, but if you read the book, The Gangs of New York, right? The man who wrote it, Herbert Asbury, talks a lot about Paul Kelly. And he's such an interesting guy. And Gura and Paul Kelly crossed paths late in Paul Kelly's life and early in Gura's life. And, that part of it is interesting. But learning about Paul Kelly and Paul, who then changed his name back to Paul Vaccarelli when he went legit, right? And he was one of the first to organize unions in New York. And he was so tough. Like, he was a boxer, you know, in his youth. He killed tons of people. The gangs, the 5 Points gangs, which were much later than, you know, what was in Scorsese's movie, you know, like with Bill the Butcher. Like, Bill the Butcher would have been like his father's age, right? Vaccarelli's father's age. So he was like a generation, and the next generation after, like Bill the Butcher. The one played by Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's just an unbelievably, like, the way he reinvented himself. They were hooked in with Tammany Hall, right? Like, you do see that in the movie.
Yeah.
Tammany Hall protected the gangsters. Back then, the gangsters, the heads of gangs had gangs of 1,000 people or more. You know, Herbert Asbury was critical of, like, you know, the more modern day gangsters of the 20s and 30s, saying they were just mobs because they just, you know, small groups worked together. They couldn't, you know, have that many people follow them. And it's true, you know. So ultimately, when Paul Kelly went legit, first he went into real estate, then he organized the rag pickers. You know what the rag pickers were? They used to go around the people who, they were like the lowest of the low, not as people, but like, you know, they were the poorest of the poor, right? They go around picking up scraps of paper, scraps of material, scraps of metal, scraps, you know, putting it in a thing and then gathering it all together and selling it to, you know, some industry that might get some use of the scraps of cloth or metal or whatever, right? And Paul Vaccarelli on his own
Machiavelli the Dawn. Oh, we lost her again. I think this is your fault, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't send her any links, did you?
I think I'm back.
Okay, you're back. Yeah.
I think I hit my thing. So Paul Vaccarelli, when after he organizes the rag pickers, which is crazy that he even organized these people.
Yeah.
You know, that he had to be such a leader to organize these people. Then he says, and now we're going to go on strike. We're going to have a strike. And the people, the business owners who would buy from these rag pickers were like, screw you. You know, we're going to, you know, comply with your demands. No. Right.
Yeah.
And so they were, you know, the rag pickers were being disorderly. So the manufacturers who was buying from the rag pickers, they hired, you know, people, professional criminals to be labor sluggers, to beat them up, to intimidate them, blah, blah, blah. Paul Kelly's head of them. Well, all of a sudden, in the first week of the strike, when they hired people to intimidate them, 3 of the people they hired get murdered. Right?
Damn.
He's head of, because Paul Kelly's head of the union. So when my relative cross paths with Paul Kelly, they called Paul Kelly, once he started becoming head of the unions, they said he was like a change artist union head. He was head of no less than 6 different unions, including the longshoremen's. He never worked one day in any trade that he represented the union. He was never a longshoreman. He was never a mason, a bricklayer. He was president of all these. Then he became president of the musicians union. the musicians. They have a picture in the paper. He took some lessons to learn to play the drums, he says, so he could be the head of the musicians union. You think, Paul Kelly. But having Paul Kelly, like, there was tons of musicians in New York at that time, because you got to remember, in the early 20s, this is silent pictures, right?
Yeah.
So they would hire musicians to play in the movie theaters along with the movies. And, you know, the theater owners didn't want to give them pay increases. They're like, oh, what are you going to do? Hit me with your fiddle and your flute? You know, you're musicians. You're not intimidating. Well, the musicians, 9,000 strong, got smart. And Paul Kelly, who was at that time like vice president of Longshoremen's, they hired him for $20,000 in 1923 to be head of their union, head of the musicians union. Hiring, and now he's going by Vaccarelli, but let's just call him Paul Kelly. Hiring Paul Kelly to be head of your union, right? Back then, like the musicians union. It's like, it would be like today, like you're in a union and you got like a president that's not very effective.
God damn it, we lost her again. What'd you do, Matt?
I didn't do anything.
I saw you moved and then she dropped.
No, I didn't do anything. I moved backwards.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, you were moving and she lost her
I'm not
signal.
doing anything.
You pressed something, boy. I know you did.
Shut up. Stop being retarded. Fucking jerk.
All right, relax. She'll come back. Let me go get a soda pop.
Yeah, she probably hit her mic again.
Yeah. Blaming you is convenient, that's all.
Yeah.
Scott's not here to blame right now, so I gotta blame you. I gotta make pee-pee. In the meantime, let's get some soda pop. I gotta pick up some more soda pop tomorrow. Yeah.
I'll drink some.
Yeah, well, I drink a lot less of it now, but I need to spike up.
I don't drink soda.
Oh, you're. What do you drink then? What are you drinking?
Water.
Mott's apple juice?
Water.
Water?
Yes.
That's what I mostly drink. Water.
Water.
You're a plain man. Simple man with
Not
simple
plain
needs.
water. It's flavored water.
Oh, flavored water.
It's like those Dunkin' Donuts refreshers. They're those flavors.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. There's sangria berry, and then there's black cherry.
Yeah, I think you drinking that black cherry shit, ain't you? That's what you be drinking, boy.
Black cherry's good.
Yeah. Oh, you a black cherry
But
drinker.
I like them mixed. I mix them.
You stay away from those carbonated drinks, all right?
I do.
Good. Fucks up your prostate. Now hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no kidding. I can tell my dad that.
All right, if you're gonna sit there in silence, I'm gonna get. We'll be right back after this.
What's
commercial.
going on, motherfucker? She can sit in silence until she's
No, they can't sit in silence. Now we're gonna go on commercial break while I make pee-pee. Hold on.
Okay, Daddy, wake your ass up, boy. Wake your ass up, boy. BD, boy. Okay, Daddy, boy. Wake your ass up, boy.
Every time he talks about me, I'm off. Fuck the shit out of him.
Look at this is the real fucking DV boy talking tonight. Okay, DV boy nothing. DV boy.
Turn the volume up.
Shout out to my favorite late night host, Gunsmoke the Don, and God bless America.
I got an answer. 50 grand a month. Every month.
Are you out of your mind? Are you seriously out of your mind? You sick bastards. Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Oh my God.
This is crazy, you idiot. Hey, no negative, you. Why would you do something like that, you fucking
All of this is
asshole?
just like
Unbelievable.
you're a two-faced bitch, and
Get
You
the
are
fuck out of here now.
110%
You want to come
correct.
trash me?
go talk to your lawyers,
You're a
Angel.
piece of shit.
Ask them.
Even my brother.
I don't give
my
a
brother.
fuck who they are.
God.
You're
You
out of your
two
mind.
pieces of shit. My father
I don't give a fuck
attacked
who
my
they are.
father. My father.
Your last name is Gotti, not mine. You stupid
You're a
bitch.
punk.
See, you jokers are wrong. I'm not the failure of Smoke's show. It's always been a failure.
Be nice. Don't fuck up in here.
I love Coca-Cola.
That one with the Cat Scott is pretty good.
God damn it, Scott. Shouts to Scott. Hold on, who's this? Oh, let's see. Hey,
Yo, Smoke.
what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Chilling, God. You got me up at the God hour. What's up?
Yeah, not much, man.
Why you sound depressed? You sound sad. What's going on?
No, I'm just tired.
Well, spike up. You got to spike up. Have a soda pop.
Spike up.
Come on. Julie never came back. We lost Julie. God damn it.
She'll come back unless she's not able to or something.
Oh, let me drop the link for her. She clicked herself off.
Yeah, just drop the link.
Ooh, Shapiro.
Yeah, you Shapiro boy. I'm from Korea. Korea. I forgot what I was going to say now. Fuck. But this is very interesting. We're getting a real mob history lesson tonight. Here she is. All right,
I'm
Julie's
sorry.
back.
You know
It's all
what?
good. Yeah.
I gotta get myself together if I'm gonna sell this book and be on podcasts and keep dropping off. That's terrible.
That's true, yes. You got to make sure you don't hit the buttons.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to read the chat.
I said about Dutch Schultz's treasures not in the Catskills.
Well, where is it? I need to know.
Okay. Well, I can't tell you right now. But I gotta tell you this. If you studied his life,
Yeah.
where he went, who he was with, where he hung out, blah, 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 blah. His movements in the last weeks of his life. Look at old newspapers. Look at
It's in North Jersey then.
It's not, he was never a Catskills guy. Why they say it was in the Catskills, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not in the Catskills. But I was saying that the federal government gets it after 100 years. Did you hear that part?
No.
So for buried treasure or something like that, it's unclaimed property, after 100 years, if it's found, the federal government gets it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's
So
like those
he was
pirate ship
killed.
booties.
He buried that treasure just before he was killed in 1935. So he only got 9 years left, not even,
Yeah.
to find that treasure. And it's one of, I think, like only a handful, maybe 7 treasures in the world that they say is still out there that they know exists and is still there. Now, most of the stuff that was in that box is probably disintegrated.
Yeah.
However, he wanted to put gold bars in there, but somebody who he worked with said, one of his advisors said, that's too heavy.
Yeah.
Instead, put diamonds. And, diamonds you find in the ground, in caves, whatever. So those diamonds are doing just fine.
Yeah, diamonds are forever, yeah.
Yeah. they're okay. The paper money, anything he had like that, that's gone. He did have gold coins in it. He never put the gold bars in. I wish he put the gold bars in. But he did put some gold coins in. He did put diamonds, a lot of diamonds in. He also put money and stuff like that. That's probably gone, you know? So, but he wasn't a Catskills guy. And the mental leaps that they had to make to say it was in the Catskills, right? Which was based on, he lived, I don't know how many days, 3 days, 4 days after he was shot, right? In Newark. He'd been shot multiple times. He's on God knows what kind of morphine, who knows what, right?
Yeah.
And while he's able to speak, they even brought his wife in to make him ask him where the treasure is. You know, that's what they wanted to know. They had a police officer writing down every little thing he said, right? And he was talking like a crazy person, you know, in and out of consciousness, drugged up. And they took those things that he said and they said, oh, this must mean it's buried here, right? But that's not what he said. So the people who were listening and looking, and even today, and you know, I know the Catskills isn't going to like this because they've had a little cottage industry of treasure hunters coming in there, right? But do you think a guy who's got, I don't know, 4 bullets in him is, you know, got all kinds of, you know, morphine, drugs, whatever, you know, in his system, is in and out of consciousness, is talking in metaphors?
No.
Seriously. Like they took what he said in that state and said, when he says this, he must have meant that, you know?
Yeah.
No, he didn't mean that. He meant this.
It was hallucinating.
He was either talking literally, or he was talking nonsensically. One of the two. He wasn't talking in metaphors. And the whole basis of it being in the Catskills is based on the idea that this guy was talking in metaphors. I say, get the hell out of here. That's ridiculous. So, you know, now, I don't know. I can't like dig. I don't have the equipment. You know, you got to get good equipment to find this treasure now. They got lots of diamonds in it. They did have metal brackets on the box. So but most metal detectors only go down like what, 2-3 feet, right? I'm not a geologist, but I would think that if he had buried it 3 feet down, let's say, what do you think? You think the surface would have eroded so it would be closer to the surface? Or you think because of where that area that leaves would fall and it would be deeper in the ground now?
I don't think it was that long ago where it's like in a shift too much. I think it's in the same spot they left it in for the most part.
In the same spot, but deeper or closer to the surface?
I don't think they went too deep. I don't think
they went too deep either because they were in a hurry.
Yeah.
I do know that. They were in a hurry. I say they go, and he had his one bodyguard with him who probably dug 3 feet down, right?
Yeah.
That's it. No more than that. Just enough for the box. Because he thought he was coming back to get it, you know?
Little did he know. Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was going to come get it. The bodyguard who was with them was killed at the chop
Restaurant.
house in Newark with him. So that was unfortunate because he was the only guy who was with them when he buried it. But I'm thinking that like the metal detectors now, right? They only go down like a few feet. And what if it's like 4 feet down now? You got to get good equipment to look.
Gotta get some sonar going.
Something. I have my theories, but it's just theories, but it's based on his actual life and movements and where he spent time and who he went with, He was different than the other gangsters. Dutch Schultz was very much, he was a little different than even the other Jewish gangsters. Most of the other Jewish gangsters were Russian Jews. He's a German Jew. His family came a little earlier, and the German Jews who came a little early were like the elite, a little snotty. Think they're better. And that's kind of how he acted in his life, with the other, he didn't get along with anybody, even the other Jewish gangsters, for the most part. Although I think my relative liked him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm reading
enough.
I'm reading Dutch Schultz's last words here, and he was in and out of consciousness, all delirious and shit.
Yeah.
And it's very,
okay,
very
read
loopy.
What's it saying?
Oh my
what
God!
What do they
there's
focus
a whole bunch
on?
of shit. A lot of shit. Let's see. Schultz at this time was irrational, suffering with a fever of 106 degrees and a bullet
There
to
you
his
go.
stomach.
You
Sergeant
think he's talking
Luke.
in metaphors?
No, he's talking gibberish, really.
He's talking gibberish, or he's saying something literal. Okay. If he's able to get out a thought, it's actually the thought. He's not going to be given, clues, like, where's Waldo clues? He's going to say exactly what it is. So they put a lot into one of his statements. You see the one statement there that they read a lot into, and they based all their searching on this. What does he say?
I mean, it's weird shit here. So Schultz noticed that the newspaper guy was there, so he started talking. He said, "Has it been in any other papers? George, don't make no full moves. What have you done with him? Oh, mama, mama, mama. Oh, stop it, stop it. Oh, sure, mama. Now listen, Phil, fun is fun. Ah, please, papa. What happened to the 16? Oh, he done it. Please, John, please. Oh, did you buy the hotel? You promised $1 million. Sure. Get out. I wished I knew. Please make it quick. Fast and furious. Please, fast and furious. Please help me get out. I am getting my win back. Thank God. Please, oh, please. You will have to please tell him. You got no case. You get ahead with the dot dash system. Didn't I speak that time last night? Whose number is that in your pocketbook? 5113780. Who was it? Oh, please. Reserve decision. Police. Henry and Frankie. Oh, dog biscuits. And when he is happy, he doesn't get happy. Please do this. Then Henry, Frankie, you didn't even meet me. The glove will fit. What I say, oh, Kayi, oh, Kayi, sure, who cares? When you are through, how do you know this? Well, then, oh, Coco, no thinks he is a grandpa again. He is jumping around, no hobo. And Phoebe, I think he means the same thing. And then the sergeant Conlon says, who shot you? And then Dutch answers, the boss himself. And the cop says, he did? And then Schultz says, yes, I don't know. And then the cop says, what did he shoot you for? And then Dutch Schultz says, I showed him, boss. Did you hear him meet me? An appointment. Appeal stuck. All right, Mutter? And then the cop says, was it the boss who shot you? And Dutch says, who shot me? No one. And then the cop says, we will help you. And then Schultz says, will you help me up? Okay. I won't be such a big creep. Oh, mama, I can't go through with it, please. Oh, and then he clips me. Come on, cut that out. We don't owe a nickel. Hold it. Instead, hold it against him. I am a pretty good Pretzler. Winfried, Department of Justice. I even got it from the department. Sir, please stop it. Say, listen. Wow, this guy was fucking out of his mind.
He was, but you see that he's taught. He did, a lot of it is probably conversations he actually had. You know, pieces of conversation. It could have been with his mother. It could have been with a friend. Could have been with a wife. You know, he is talking in some ways. It sounds like things that has said. You know, or wants to say, like in your dreams. You know, you're talking to somebody and you're saying something. You know, but it's literal, right? It's all literal stuff.
It's weird shit. Doesn't even make sense.
But you didn't get to the part where everybody's used the symbolism to look for the treasure in what I believe is the wrong place.
Well, he's got a long manifesto here.
I don't know how long. I don't know how big it is.
They keep asking him who shot him, and he keeps talking gibberish.
Did they ask him about the treasure? I can't remember.
Yeah, let me skim through here. I guess he was yelling, and the cops telling him to stop hollering, control yourself. And he was like in and out of consciousness. Says, but I am dying. And then the cop says, no, you're not. And then Dutch says, come on, mama. All right, dear. You have to get it. At this point, Schultz's wife, Frances, was brought to his bedside, and she spoke.
Right.
Let me see. He's out of his fucking mind here from what I'm reading.
So they made a lot about something he said, right?
Yeah.
That they attributed to the treasure being buried somewhere near, what's it called? Devil Kills Mountain, something in the Catskills, right?
Yeah.
And that's along the Esopus River, whatever. But that's, if you look at the transcript, he doesn't even use the word devil. He doesn't use the word devil. But everybody said, oh, he meant devil. He meant devil kill. It must be devil kills in the Catskills.
Yeah.
But if you look at the transcript, he doesn't even use the word devil, right? So what made them make this mental leap where they said, oh, he said this, it must mean devil kills in the Catskills, right? Because he's being very literal. So you got to look at the words. Look at, this is my hint to everybody. Look at the words that he said, right? And don't try to interpret it as meaning something else, like a metaphor. Like this thing that he said must mean devil kills in the Catskills. Because he doesn't say devil or kills.
He mentioned the word Satan.
Catskills.
He said the word Satan here.
He says the word Satan. That's right.
Yeah.
Read that. That's what you need to read.
So the cop says, who shot you? He says, I don't know. Cop says, how many shots were fired? Dutch says, I don't know. Cop says, how many? Then Dutch says, 2,000. Come one, get some money in that treasury. We need it. Come on. Please get it. I can't tell you to. That is not what you have in the book. Oh, please, Warden. What am I going to do for money? Please put me up on my feet at once. You are a hard-boiled man. Did you hear me? I would hear it. The circuit court would hear it. And the Supreme Court might hear it. If that ain't the payoff, please crack down on the Chinaman's friends and Hitler's commander. I am sore and I am going up and I'm going to give you honey if I can. Mutter is the best bet and don't let Satan draw you too fast.
Okay.
And then what did the big fellow shoot you for? And then he
says don't
over
let
$1 million.
He said, but read the line before and the Satan line and the line after. Just read that part.
I am sore and I'm going up and I'm going to give you honey if I can. Mutter is the best bet and don't let Satan draw you too fast. And then the cop says, what did the big fellow shoot you for?
Okay. Don't let Satan draw you too fast.
Yeah.
That phrase that he said, don't let Satan draw you too fast, is the reason for all these decades they've been searching devil kills in the Catskills. And don't believe me, anybody listening, read about where they're searching, where they've done TV shows of people doing treasure hunts going around. Devil kill, it must be this, it must be on the face of that. And then they had some old timer guys come out and said, yeah. And he said, we met at a diner and the Catskills off of here. It's the Phoenician. It's this. It means this, right? But it was all based on that one thing. Don't let Satan draw you in too fast. Right? Is that the expression that he said?
Yeah.
Don't let Satan draw you in too fast. So what I'm saying is, if this is all I'm going to tell you, is take those words literally, okay? Don't think of, oh, if he says don't let Satan, he must mean devil, he must mean this, he must mean that, right? No. He said Satan. Think of Satan. And if you, study his life, the pieces of the puzzle will come together and say, it just might be this place. That has the word Satan in it. Not devil, not Phoenician, not this, not that, but the word Satan. And it's not too far where he was in the week before he died. The week before he died is when he buried it. That's the week you got to look for, That's the week you got to, what was he doing in the week or two before he died? They buried it literally days before he was murdered.
They're saying before dying from his wounds sustained in the 1935 shooting in Newark, New Jersey, Schultz rambled incoherently. Treasure hunters have scoured these ravings for clues, fixating on phrases like don't let Satan draw you too fast.
Right.
Often interpreted as a reference to a geological formation known as Devil's Rock near Phoenicia.
Right. Exactly.
Phoenicia's upstate.
Phoenicia, New York. That's what I'm saying. It's not Devil's Rock. It's not Devil's Rock, but it just might be in a place that has the word Satan. And it just might be not too far, not next to, but not too far from where he was the week before he died? Where were his movements the week before he died? Where was he going? Where did he stay? Who was he with? Jacob Gurr Shapiro, my relative, he was a Catskills guy. He loved the Catskills. He would go stay at the Loch Sheldrake Country Club Hotel. That's where he met TikTok Tannenbaum, a wannabe gangster who was the hotel owner's son that, hounded Gurr and Lepke. Finally, they're like, okay, you can be part of murdering. And then Tannenbaum ended up, selling him out and testifying against Gurr and Lepke.
Yeah.
But Lepke was not really a Catskills guy. Lepke liked to travel all over the world. He liked to go to Germany. He liked to go to Europe. He did like world travel, right? Legs Diamond was a Catskills guy, even though he wasn't Jewish, because of the bootlegging. There was a lot of bootlegging and apple cider made into hard liquor up there, right? And then TikTok Tannenbaum, Ali Tannenbaum, he was the one who showed the gangsters, like, hey, he knew the back roads in the Catskills, so that's why there's a lot of bodies buried up there. Even they found them in lakes, one of them with a slot machine tied to him, right?
Yeah.
And one of them in a lake I swam in as a kid, Swan Lake. My God. And they pulled a body out of there. I think they pulled more than one body. And I swam in that lake. That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah. Jesus.
But so there were certain gangsters that were Catskills, of the Jewish gangsters that loved the Catskills, that spent time in the Catskills. Gurr was one of them. Dutch Schultz was not. And this is why you need a certain knowledge of not just history in general, but specifically Jewish history. And, very, very specific Jewish history, meaning how are the Russian Jews different from the Polish Jews, different than the German Jews? Because it all plays in. His whole life, he's better than Dutch Schultz was better than everybody, right? He was a German Jew. They were the elite. They were the snotty ones, right? They were the intellectuals. He didn't hang with the riffraff of the Russian Jews, Well,
didn't he try to hide his ethnicity because his real name was something Arthur Flegenheimer or some shit?
Yeah, because his name was Arthur Flegenheimer. It's a terrible name.
Yeah.
But when he picked the name Dutch Schultz, which was another gangster from an earlier time, part of Eastman's gang, and he liked the name Dutch Schultz because it sounded German, which he was. So that's why he picked it, because it was a German-sounding name. So he wasn't in the Catskills. And he didn't say devils, falls, whatever.
No.
He didn't say Phoenicia. He didn't say Catskills. He said Satan.
Yeah. They're trying to say he was talking in code, like he's some,
Right.
He was delirious. You could see the whole transcript. He was out of his
That's what I'm
mind.
saying. He wasn't talking in code. He was incapable of talking in code.
Yeah.
4 bullets. He's in and out of consciousness. They got him drugged up on pain medication.
That's
He's
what it
calling
is.
mama,
Yeah.
He's not talking in code.
He was hopped up on morphine and laudanum and God knows
Yeah.
what.
He's not talking in code. If
And
he
back then
said
they had pure
Satan,
shit.
he meant Satan.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, where was he the week before he died?
He was in Jersey.
I know. No, he wasn't in Jersey. He went back to Jersey. He went back to Jersey. It's not in Jersey. It's not in the Catskills.
It's got to be in the Bronx then.
He's in Korea.
He's
He
in
was-
Korea. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's somebody's gonna find this. Someone's gonna find this
Me,
treasure.
I'm gonna
honestly.
find it. I need to find it. They're saying he buried $5 million to $7 million, now worth today $50 million to $130 million in today's dollars.
I don't think everything survived.
Well, they're saying it's a heavy waterproof safe.
So he had a craftsman who was, had some fame, make the box special, but he made it quickly. And it was, the best craftsmanship for the time period, which was 1935, right?
Yeah.
So it's not, modern day technology. It was the best you could get in 1935. And it did have metal brackets. There are pictures of the actual box. So a metal detector would pick it up. They won't pick up the gems, but the nails, the brackets that were on it, there were like metal straps kind of on it. I don't know how to describe it, but like, holding the brackets, but they shut it with. So that could get picked up. But my thinking is you're going to need more than just a regular metal detector.
Why the fuck would he go all the way up there so far away? I'm looking at the pictures now of this Phoenicia.
He didn't go there.
There's no way he would. I mean, how would he even remember where the fuck he put it?
Okay.
There's no way.
Okay, because he didn't go there, because it's not there. That's not where it is.
That's a wild goose chase, man, going up there.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go there. It's stupid. They're letting people come up because they're making money. Tourists, looking for treasure. I got contacted by someone because I talked about this a little bit one time on YouTube, and someone contacted me. They had property. They had 10 acres on the Esopus River. They said they always want to search their property. And I wrote them back and I said, I'm sorry, I really don't think it's there. I don't think it's there. But I do think I know where, I think, I kind of know where it is. I think I couldn't pinpoint it to an exact location. Could I pinpoint it within 10 miles? But 10 miles is a big area,
I could narrow it down. Where is it?
Could I, I think I could, to like maybe a 10-mile radius, let's say, maybe even a 5-mile radius.
Is it within the 5 boroughs?
So what I'm saying is,
it's probably in fucking Yonkers.
But what are you going to do then? Like, 5 mile. Like, what am I going to do? What, my husband's not coming out. I told my husband, I think I know where this is, right? And he's looking at me like, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to go get a metal detector, go walking around the woods, like this with you? He's like, I'm tired. I'm working. I'm busy.
Yeah.
He's not coming with me.
Yeah.
I got frozen shoulder. I'm 55. Okay. I'm in good shape, but your bones wear down. I can't dig. What am I going to do? I can't tell anybody where I think it is because then they'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll dig it up for you. Yeah.
I'm stuck. Right. I don't know. I think I know. I think I can, narrow it to a certain radius. But it is based on that one statement. And then if you look at where he was in the week or so before he died, before he was murdered, and it wasn't Jersey, it's not the 5 boroughs, and it's not the Catskills. And like, who was he? Where did he go? What did he do? How did he spend his time? You know? Where did he vacation?
Oh yeah, what's that fucking place? All these assholes went over there. It's in Arkansas. I forgot what the hell it's
No,
called.
he did not go to Hot Springs. No,
Hot Springs, yeah.
no,
Nah.
no. Luciano went there. Oni Madden went there. Nope, not Dutch Schultz. Dutch Schultz did his own thing. He did it different than everybody. He was separate. He was different. He marched to the beat of his own drummer.
God damn.
You got a newspapers.com account? That's what I would recommend to people. Go to your newspapers.com account. Go to 1935, right? You know, you can look up when he was murdered. He was murdered in Jersey at a restaurant. But he came back to this area from where he was. And start looking in the months, like look at all of 1935. Look at his wife, her name. Where do they talk about spending time? Then once you figure that out, then you got to say, now where does the Satan come in?
Well, I see why they're saying that now, because in his dying words, he mentioned the words millions, hidden in the woods, treasure, and Phoenicia.
He said Phoenicia?
He said, Lulu, drive me back to Phoenicia.
Okay.
Don't let Satan draw you too fast. Thought
Right.
to reference Devil's Tombstone or Devil's Rock formations.
Uh-huh.
And then fragmented sentences
It's not,
mentioning
I'm
millions.
telling you, no, it's not there. And that's not where he was.
And
That's
they're
not
close
where
by.
he was. Huh?
Devil's Tombstone Campground is close to Phoenicia.
Forget devil. I'm telling you, forget devil.
God damn it.
Look at the word Satan, literal Satan,
Yeah.
and find out where he was. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to about it. I don't know how to figure this out for myself. I would love to
Call
go
up the
find
History
it.
Channel. Yeah.
Huh?
You gotta get
What
the
am I gonna
History
do?
Channel.
The History Channel? One of the key grips guys, the guy holding the camera is gonna knock me out as soon as we get to wherever and take the thing, you know? Like I can't tell anybody. What can I do? I'm serious. I have a big problem. I think I know where around this area where it is. And I can't tell anybody. Someone's going to pay me ahead of time? No, they're not going to pay you shit till we know you know where it is, right?
Yeah.
Because you think you know because you're so smart? No, nobody's going to pay you anything. You got to go out and get it yourself. And I can't. I'm busy. Not just busy. I'm old. I don't have the equipment. I get, I don't like humidity. All that kind of stuff.
How about this humidity? Yeah, the humidity.
My husband's not into it. It's just like, I'm like stuck. I don't know what to do.
He's not into it. It's $130 million packed into an airtight, waterproof friggin' safe. He better get into it.
I told him this.
Yeah.
And he's looking at me like forget it.
Oh, look at this. Schultz reportedly carved an X into a nearby tree to mark the location.
Uh-huh. Maybe. He could
X
have.
marks the spot.
Yeah. If the tree's still there, whatever. But I'm telling you,
faint.
I'm telling you, I know where, and I think I know where it is. And it's public land. That's the other thing you have to look at. You have to look at the laws of each state for Now here's the other thing. When you find something of value on public land in most states, including, all around here, all the states around here, if you find a buried treasure, whatever, something very valuable, do you know what the law says? You're supposed to turn it into the federal government, and they hold it for a year, and then they give it back to you?
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
They do that with the buried treasure, too.
I read that law. I was like, are they serious? You find a buried treasure, you're going to, just, hello, park ranger, can you come on over here and take this treasure away from me for a year?
I think they do that in the ocean, too, when they find, like, the pirates' booty and shit and off the coast of North Carolina or some shit.
Yeah, they take it.
Yeah.
But they know what they're, they know those people are out there. They're in a boat with sonar and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like you got to be out there in a boat. You got to have the boat. You got to have the sonar, right? So not everybody can do it. But this is different because this is not far off of a road, right? They had to carry it. It was at night. And they didn't want to be seen. But they also didn't want it to be, so, in the woods that they couldn't get it to it again,
It's in Connecticut. Somebody said it's Connecticut.
Pine Barrens.
Pine Barrens? In Jersey?
No, it's not Pine. Where does the guy think it is in Connecticut?
Malik says he was in a hotel in Connecticut.
Okay.
Which I could see. Yeah.
Where's Malik?
Malik's right here on the screen. Well, his name is Sumo Life Skills.
Oh, Sumo Life. Okay.
Sumo Life, yeah.
He's on to something. Michael says, I love humidity and I have equipment. That's funny. He was in a hotel in Connecticut. How did you find out that information, Sumo Life Skills?
He knows. They know. They know. Yeah, he knows.
Right. So think about this, right? Dutch Schultz did it different than everybody other gangster. He didn't hang around the other gangsters. He didn't go to the places the other gang. He didn't go to Hot Springs and spend time with Oni Madden and Luciano. No, he didn't like any of the other gangsters. He thought he was the smartest guy in the room always. Right? He was arrogant. He was hot-headed. But he was very smart. I mean, look, he got out of the thing. He went to a town. He bought the whole town moved to that town in upstate New York. That's brilliant. But he's like, how many towns can I buy? But so he did different things. So how did he find this thing about Connecticut? How did he know he was in a hotel in Connecticut? And when was he there?
Yeah.
When was he there, Sumo?
He says, I could find the treasure. I just don't feel like it.
He can find it. He's like me. I feel like it. I just don't, I don't know. I can't, I don't know.
Just tell me where it's at.
The best hope I have is I give somebody a hint and they throw me a bone after they get it.
I'll give you 10%. You tell me where it's at.
I mean, because Sumo's he's on the right track.
We'll give you a finder's fee.
He's on the. I'm telling your audience right now. He's on the right track.
Goddamn it, Malik, tell me where it's at.
What is he doing? He's saying, where was he the week before he died? Right? The week he buried this treasure. We know when it was built. We know when the box was built. We know around the days that he filmed it. We know when he was back in Jersey and he got killed. Okay. So you got this, 7-day window. If that. Where was he?
He was a little Korean.
Now, if he was at this hotel in Connecticut, right? Is he going to bury it like in the hotel parking lot? No.
It's by a tree somewhere.
It's not by the hotel, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
But
it's in the backyard.
But maybe it's not. It's a place that you could be at the hotel, drive for a little while, get to this place, bury it, turn around, get back, and still get a few hours sleep. Right? That's what you got to think.
I don't know. I mean,
I even got maps of the roads in 1935. What highways were built, what wasn't built, and everything. And that provided a lot of clues about things.
You need that because it was a different world back then. So
it was very different. And, some roads that existed don't exist.
Yeah.
Some were just being built, some See, and then you have to think, all right, here he is. Where would he go? He can go this way, go this way, go this way. Which road is he gonna take? Right?
Yeah.
How far is he gonna drive? And which road was there when in 1935? There was a lot of building going on.
Yeah. That was the era for it.
That was the era. So who's Ruben?
Ruben Sanchez. Let me see. Let me scroll down. What do you say? State Park, Satan's Kingdom? Is that what it's called? He's probably investigating. He's doing some investigations. He's from California.
Ruben's in California? How does he know this? So, where's that? State Park called Satan's Kingdom. Was that there in 1935? How would you get to it? What road would you take? He says, don't let Satan pull you in too fast, right?
Uh-huh. So that means drive slow on the road, otherwise you're going to miss it?
Well, you got to look at the topography of this area.
So probably a winding
maybe we'll
road
give you
with
some
cliffs.
clues.
Yeah.
And get some maps from the roads that were built in 35. The hotel where he was. And this, I don't know if it's there, but I tell you this, it's more likely to be there where your audience is figuring out than it is in Devil Kills, that he didn't even say the word devil because he wasn't speaking in code. And the word Satan is not a word it's not a word that Jews say a lot.
They don't believe in Satan, right?
Right. We don't, we don't. He did, by the way, on his deathbed, he converted to Catholicism because he had met a priest, I think, and his wife was Catholic. But it was like a deathbed thing to convert to Catholicism when, he was, I think it was his wife's wish or whatever. But Jewish people don't say Satan a lot. Yeah. That's the other thing I was thinking about. Oh, you have to worry about Satan. People who, I don't mean to be offensive, like Bible thumpers or whatever they call it, They might say Satan all the time, right? He's got Satan. He's got devil in him. Jewish people we don't talk about devils and Satan. So if he said Satan, it must mean something, right? That's what I'm thinking. And that's right. You have a smart audience. You look it up. Where did he spend his time? Where did he go to relax? Did he go to the Catskills? Did he go to Arkansas? Did he go to Florida? No. Where did he go? He went to Connecticut. He went to Connecticut. He was unlike the others. He didn't hang around with the other gangsters.
Thought he was tough. Let me see.
He thought he was special. You know?
Satan's Kingdom, Connecticut. Satan's Kingdom State Park.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. It's off of the I-44. Motherfucker, man.
But now, was I-44... There's a couple roads that go, right? So who found the hotel where he was? Or the town? What town was he in?
Satan's butthole.
What hotel was he in? So if he's going from whatever hotel or whatever town to this state park, right? And it's 1935, what route would he take? And it's nighttime, by the way. They did it at night.
The Avon Old Farms Hotel? Avon Old Farms Hotel.
I don't think so. What city is that?
It's in the kingdom, Satan's Kingdom.
No. He wasn't in Satan's Kingdom.
God damn it.
He drove there. He stayed where he was vacationing. Then he with his wife was there, and some of his guys were with him, right? But he took only one guy with him in the car to bury it. They left the hotel.
Yeah.
And they drove. Eventually, pulling to the side of the road, hopefully where not a lot of people are. Nobody's going to drive past. See what these two guys carrying a box from the road, there's going to be no state trooper, whatever there was at the time, and carry it. And how far can they carry it, right? It's not that heavy, but in two guys. But it's dark. They don't have the flashlight app on cell phones, right? So you got to factor all of this in. And what roads were there, what roads were being built. Look at the month that he was killed, and then look at the maps compared to the months, because it was a time of a lot of, we had, again, with history, you had the Roosevelt administration, the workers, the public, the WPA, building roads, building this. They're doing a lot of building. Maybe they go on a new road that a lot of people don't use. I don't know.
Well,
all right. Well, Ruben or Sumo or Mr. CTC, Satan's butthole. He's not in Satan's butthole. He didn't say that. This is going to turn out like the Rivaldo Rivera. It could be. It could be, Jet. It could be. Oh, we're going to go to things. But that's what, there's no cameras. And I'm not like, listen, I go myself. I can't. What am I going to do?
Listen, man. Technically, they did find a empty beer bottle from the 1920s when they did that Geraldo Rivera bullshit.
Yeah, it could be. Listen, they don't. Nobody, come after me like you booked a trip and you paid for a hotel because I said this. I'm just looking at history. I was just researching and looking at the facts. Like, this is where he was the week before he died. Okay. He said Satan, right? Everybody's looking in the Catskills. He wasn't in the Catskills. He was in Connecticut.
It doesn't hurt to try to look for it.
Yeah.
You
It
just need
doesn't
the
hurt
good
to try.
equipment. Like the
You gotta have,
Egyptian shit. They
yeah.
scan the pyramids with the sonar, radar shit they got today. That's where you're gonna need.
Yeah. Well,
And a good
but
show.
they have it's still a state park. So you got state park rangers. There's some recreational activities. It's summer now. There's people out and about, right? You got little less than 9 years before the feds take it, if they, see. But so, people be like, oh, what are you doing now? Hey, fella, what are you doing with those things? You searching for treasure? You got shovels. People might start asking questions.
You gotta whack them.
I mean, so
Yeah.
well, but this this is tourist there, like not tourists, but they're people who go to recreate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Procreate.
You might find it. I'd say go for it.
Anybody finds it, you better freaking whack up 10% with me, all right? I get a 10% finder's fee. We gave you the idea here, so I gotta see some evidence.
I get something that looks like the Hope Diamond.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's it. Like, doesn't it make sense, everybody? Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe it's like Geraldo Rivera. Maybe it's ridiculous. This is like the ramblings of a guy shot 4 times in and out of consciousness. Maybe he just shouted Satan, right? But he buried it somewhere. He was in Connecticut, right? He wasn't in the Catskills.
It looks like the Catskills, but no. I guess you've seen one forest, you've seen them all, but
maybe. I don't spend a lot of time in forests, so I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me know. I'll check back in a few months and tell me if anybody's. What happens? How are we gonna know this guy Sumo and this guy Sanchez? They're just not gonna be around anymore.
Yeah, when they disappear, that's how you'll know.
They disappear.
Yeah, that's how you'll know.
That's how we'll know.
Yeah, they got rich. They don't need us anymore.
Well, you're not far from. You're in the tri-state area.
Well, that's why I want to know. I got nothing better to do. I'll go over there and start digging. I just need to know the, not the specific coordinates, but a general area where I should be digging. And I'll look at all these fucking trees. X marks the spot.
Why not?
It's going to be very faint after 85
Email
years.
me. My first name dot last name, Julie.Skolnick. It says right there at Gmail.
All right. I think I still have your email, I think. I'm sure.
Yeah. You could just email me.
Yeah.
It's not that this stuff about the treasure is not really is not in my book at all. But it's fascinating stuff. So I learned so much, researching him because I wanted to know about the people he associated with or who were his contemporaries or who did he, have dealings with ever.
Yeah.
And learning about their lives and then, just go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole. And all of a sudden I'm like, I think I know where Dutch Schultz's treasure is.
Sure.
But I can't convince my husband or anybody that I'm right about. Not right enough to like actually, get off your ass and get a shovel.
Well, how sure are you about this, percentage wise?
I mean, this is where he was. He was in Connecticut.
Yeah.
He was in Connecticut at a hotel the week before he died, right? This is approximately the time he buried the treasure, right? He went out, he left the hotel with his, most trusted bodyguard. They didn't tell anybody, he didn't tell his wife. His wife didn't know because believe me, they drilled her. Where is it? She never knew where it was. He didn't tell her. There was only one guy who knew, the one who was with them, and he got killed in the restaurant. And that's what they wanted to know. That's what they kept asking. They want to know, where's the treasure? It could be nothing, but it could, the words say it might be nothing. It might not be in that park that has the name Satan in it. However, we're like, there's probably a good likelihood it's, let's say, within an hour or two, probably an hour, because people didn't drive as fast. I don't know, cars didn't, maybe they did, I don't know, of that hotel where he was, right?
Yeah.
That's what he would do. He would be away. He would be with so he's out of the sight of, all the people in New York. He says, me and my buddy, his wife was there. He doesn't tell his wife where he's gone. We're going to be gone for 3-4 hours, whatever, 5 hours. We'll be back, And they go out, they drive for so long, and they're looking for a place, and this is a good place. How about here?
I don't know.
So, I mean there's got to be a good chance that it's,
it doesn't hurt to try.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I tell you that it's better to look there than the Catskills, where all these people have been digging all these years.
Yeah.
They
You'll never
literally
find
did
it up
TV
there.
shows in the Catskills, treasure hunters on the Discovery Channel, running around like idiots. Meanwhile, he never said devil.
Yeah, he said Satan.
And he never spent a night in the Catskills.
Plus, it was hard to get around back then. I'm surprised he was doing all this fucking traveling all over the place.
Well,
One
they
minute
had
he's in
cars.
Connecticut. Yeah, I know, but the cars weren't that great,
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so, like an hour's back in 1935, traveling an hour in a car, how far can you get?
Yeah.
Like all these things factor into it,
The gas, the speed. Because those cars did like, what, 35 miles per hour tops, yeah?
I mean, they took a lot of gas.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you do the distance from the hotel to the state park, it kind of makes sense in terms of distance. It's like an hour, hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
That's about as far as they would want to go. And they were building new roads then. So some of those roads were brand new at the time, meaning less traveled, that ran close to that park. When I say park, it's not really a park. It's
it's a forest.
So, but where was the road, and how far? Just pretend you're them. How far am I going to schlep this thing?
Yeah.
In the middle of the night with no flashlights, and I don't want to be seen. And I want to get back home and go to sleep. I mean, I think it's quite plausible it's there. Got to be somewhere.
And if you had $7 million, I mean, Jesus, that's a lot of money back then. Why the fuck did he just get out the game and go in the wind and retire? And that could have lasted you forever back then. Yeah.
It was Dewey. He couldn't escape Dewey. Dewey wanted these guys put behind bars. He wanted to jail he was making a name for himself off of putting these guys away. And Schultz was top on his list. He had already beat him in one trial.
Yeah.
So he was, that's why he's like, we got to kill him. And they said, no. He said, fine, screw you. I'm going to kill him myself. But he didn't. And so he ended up getting killed. But yeah, he had the money. I don't know. I don't know why a lot of them kept going. Some of them, changed course. Paul Kelly came. Paul Vaccarelli changed course. Dopey Fine. He stopped what he was doing, lived the rest of his life, went legit, But others, either they got caught before they could get out, or they could never make the transition, or, for like, it's never enough. I think with Lepke, there was never enough money.
Pure greed.
Yeah.
That's the life. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll find it someday. And, we'll cut you in.
It was good to talk to you. Thanks for letting me talk about this tonight.
No, this was awesome. I'm glad you
I've
came
been thinking about it. And now you guys got something to do. And listen, let me know, guys. At least come back and tell me if you find something. Because, I've known this information, I don't know, almost 2 years now.
Well, they need to tell me, too, where it's at. If you guys find it out there, make sure you let me know. All right.
Make sure you don't obey the law.
Yeah. Just send me an email.
Forget the law.
Fuck the law.
Finders keepers. Don't tell anybody but the people on YouTube. But it's definitely don't call a park ranger. Let them take it for a year. Give it back to you.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the craziest law.
Yeah, that's a self-serving law.
But I think it's possible and it'd be interesting.
I think so too.
All right, have a good. It was so nice to talk to you after a long time and everything like that. I gotta go hide my channel again.
Well, good luck with your book, and don't be a stranger. Come back soon, all right?
Yeah, I will. Thank you so much.
All right, Julie.
All right, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, Julie. Yeah, I'm tired, guys. I'm very tired. And Matt's tired, obviously. Matt's passed out. He's tired. And I'm tired. And we had a good discussion tonight. We had a good discussion. And thank you, Sammy. Thank you for the support, Sammy boy. Where is it? What does Sammy say here? Oh, and Steve. I miss Steve too. Thank you, Steve. My man. Oh, let me send you a heart, man. My bad, yo. I wasn't paying attention to the screen for a while. Thank you, guys. Turned out to be a good show tonight. I enjoyed the conversation. This was nice. We gave you guys mob history tonight. Yeah, we gave you Mafia fanboy content. You understand? That's what we gave you. I'm from Korea. if they do a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, they need to put Matt in there. Matt should star in the new version of Nightmare on Elm Street. We'll get the fucking Goo Goo Dolls to do the soundtrack. Don't sleep now. You can't get me. I won't sleep away now. I won't sleep now. You can't get me. Yeah. I love that song. No way now. You can't touch me. I won't sleep now. Gangsta shit. Yeah. Slap that like button. Thank you, Nightmare. I'm from Korea. The Redcoats. Luckily, we have lots of change for the Connecticut tolls on the way back. Yeah, great. Smoke at your new channel, Treasure Hunters. Yeah, we'll go on a treasure hunt. That'll be good for a show. We'll take you on a little treasure hunt in the fucking woods. I'll walk around with that metal thing that you go beep, 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 beep. You know, that shit that they find metal shit at the beach with. What do you call that shit? Metal detector? I don't know what the fuck they call it. Yeah, we'll do some shit like that. We'll show you. We'll give you some treasure. You want to see some treasure? We'll show you some treasure. That would be nice, huh? Find some old bills from the 1930s worth $100 million in diamonds and gold and fucking cash. They say it's an airtight. Let me see. The fuck does it say here? Oh, this is the Kingdom Come bullshit. Hold on. They say it's let me see. I'm from Korea. Hold on. The assets were packed into a specially commissioned airtight and waterproof steel-plated safe. So that sounds like you know, why would the money disintegrate in there? You know, it's not out in the elements. You know, it's airtight, it's waterproof. So there should be no dampness. There should be no disintegration. This sounds like a good treasure. Sounds better than the Al Capone bullshit that they had, you know. We just got to find the tree where it says X marks the spot. But that's going to be tough because the tree, after 80 years, 85 years, it's going to, what do you call it? The X is going to be faint or grown over, you know? It's going to be very dull. It's going to be a faint X that you're really not going to be able to tell unless you're a trained, like, tree expert. And you'll see some irregularities with the tree. I don't know. Can you imagine if we really found it? Now Julie jumped down into the hole where the treasure was. It's mine. It's mine. Yeah. It's in the river? Who knows? If you're from Korea, you don't need treasure. That's true. You're right. It's true, Dwayne. Gunsmoke, you helping your house temperature at 78 degrees? Am I keeping it or helping it? I'm trying to stay as cool as I can over here, right? Let me check the freaking weather. It's probably 80 something degrees right now. Yeah, it's 83 degrees right now. And it's going to go up to 100. But the real field temp, what's it going to be? What's it gonna be? 'Cause I can't pretend. Don't you wanna be in air conditioning there? Let me see. It's gonna rain, thunderstorms in the evening by 6 p.m. Yippee! Great. And then we got 4th of July. It's gonna be sunny and partly cloudy, but they say there might be a chance of rain. Small, slight chance of rain. Then Sunday is going to be a wash. It's going to rain on Sunday. It's going to rain on Monday. It's going to rain on Tuesday. It's going to rain on Wednesday. And then after that, it's going to, well, yeah, so it looks like all next week it's going to be a wash. But that's good. It's going to keep the heat at bay. Then we go back down to the low 80s, upper 70s. Thank God. Monday, 79. That's going to feel so good after this fucking heat wave. Tuesday, 77. That's going to be awesome. Wednesday, 82. And that's going to be in the mid 80s for the rest of the week after that. So that's awesome, man. That's perfect. We don't need all this heat. This shit's crazy, bro. 99 today, 95 tomorrow. Son of a bitch. Sunday, 85. That's going to feel nice, too. Looks like I won't be going to the beach for the next couple of weeks now. Son of a bitch, huh? Yeah, I know. The Mom Donnie told people to keep their air conditioners at 78 degrees, like a true socialist piece of shit. Meanwhile, they went to some courthouse, some city hall bullshit, whatever. They had a cool 54-degree temperature inside the city hall. 54 degrees. So it's rules for thee and not for me, you know? They're telling people to lower their fucking air or raise their air conditioners to 78 degrees, which is basically blowing hot air. While, Times Square has all these big screens and lights and shit consuming energy that they don't shut off, you know? But you're supposed to suffer, you know? While he's in Gracie Mansion with the AC blasting. That's the socialist communist bullshit that we're talking about, you know? That's good. That's good, Ranger. Yeah, I got the fan on and the fucking AC. Killing me, man. Killing me. The X will be higher up since the trees grow. That's true, yeah. 85-year-old tree. Well, it's been 85 years. The tree was probably older than that. Probably talking about like 150-year-old, 200-year-old fucking tree here. So it's going to be a little bit higher than what it was back then. Probably much higher. Son of a bitch. I didn't consider that. It's going to be tough to find this. Somebody's going to find it one day. Yeah, it was educational, wasn't it? Yeah. But seriously, guys, if you find this treasure, you got to give me some. You got to, I got to give me a 10% here. You understand? Matt brings the bed. Yeah. Matt will sit on his bed while we dig. Me and Scott will dig, and Matt will sit on his bed, typing away feverishly. Feverishly typing. We're all about to shine bright like diamonds. Yeah. Real diamonds. None of this bullshit lab grown that you got today. Dutch Schultz didn't have no fucking lab grown diamond, I'll tell you that much. He never heard of moissanite or cubic zirconia. He had the real thing back then. There was no fake shit back then. And when you had a headache or some shit or, Forget about aspirin. They gave you the real deal. They gave you some fucking morphine or some cocaine. 100% puro. Puro shit. Puro shit. Don't you wanna be? Does Matt have a tattoo on the back of his neck? Or is that an alarm in case he falls off the bed? That's the safe alert. If he falls down, he's got the safe alert around his neck so he can press the button. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. God. Don't you want to be more than just friends? Yeah. Anyway, Smoke, if anyone finds that treasure, you'll never see them again. We'll sue them. We'll sue them, Jet. We gave them the idea, me and Julie. We got to see something out of this, all right? It was me and Julie's idea in the first place. We got to see something out of this, you understand? It's 130 million. Let's not get greedy now. You can cut me in for 5 million. You can give Julie $100,000 or something as a finder's fee. And then you keep the rest. I get my 5 million. She gets $100,000, and then you keep the rest. I think that's more than fair. You're not going to miss the 5 million. I'll tell you that much. You're not going to miss it. So might as well just give it to me. Yeah. 85 degrees at 6 a.m. Yeah, that's what it's going to be right now, boy. Let me see. It's going to be 80 degrees at 6 a.m. here, but it's going to, by 8 a.m., it's going to be 85, motherfucker. Yeah. Y'all ain't Korean, man. Shit. Yeah, heat wave, boy. New York weather sucks. For now, it does. It looks like it's going to get better in a few days, but it's going to be raining every day, which I like. I like the rain. You guys don't like it. I like it. Yeah. You stand in the rain. I was born in it. Remember that Bane shit? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it. You like green? Yeah. I like the color green too. Dragon Reborn, he loves treasure hunts. Yeah? All right, we'll send you out there in the field. Make sure you bring your shovels. Yeah, Matt's all right. Don't worry about Matt. He's tired. He's sleeping. This happens from time to time. God damn it. Is Matt trying to kiss his prick? I don't know. Like Marilyn Manson? Yeah, he removed one of his ribs so he could do that. Don't you want to be? That's how he sleeps, all right? All right, we're scrolling up. All right, you know what? I want to thank, I repeat, I want to thank Danny Santos for the PayPal. And I want to thank the anonymous people for the Cash App. Thank you, anonymous people. I also want to thank, I repeat, I also want to thank Steve, Brian G for popping it off tonight with a very generous, beautiful $19.99. Thank you very much, Brian G. Sons of Italy, always. Thank you, brother. Very nice of you. God bless you, sons. Shouts to Ranger fan. Thank you, Ranger. Jersey girl, of course. She probably went to sleep. It's too late for this nonsense. Thank you, Jersey girl. Thank you, Roro. Shouts to Roro. She probably went to sleep too. God damn it. Thank you so much, Roro. Thank you, Malik. And thank you for, putting me onto that word too. Anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphism. Yeah. That's a word. Y'all be putting human instincts and feelings on violent species, you know what I'm saying, that don't have human affections and shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Malik. Thanks again, Julie, for coming on the show and buying a membership. She gifted a membership too. That's beautiful. And of course, Sammy, thank you, brother. Yeah, we're going to need all the luck we can get. We need a lot of luck. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Steve. Chet says, Smoke, thank you for all the laughs tonight. It was genuinely needed, and thank you, Chat, for letting me participate. Oh, thank you, Chat. I'm glad you liked it, man. Yeah. That makes me feel good, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, folks. Oh, yeah, I also want to thank Matt and Ruben and Big Joe. Big Joe came on the show. He didn't say nothing but Korea. Yeah. Yeah. That's right, Nightmare. Yeah. Shouts to Matt. He's going to be all right. He's just tired and shit. Like I am. I'm tired. Anyway, later, Dragon. I will be out there like Dora the Explorer on a treasure hunt. Dragon, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. You find that treasure, you better whack it up with us over here. You fucking Rain Man boy. I like the rain more than the snow. Since this job, walking miles in the snow takes all the beauty away from it. God damn it. Later, Jet. Joseph. Lefty. Boogeyman Mark. He must be a good subway sleeper. He don't need to take the subway. Great show with Julie. Much better than Sakali reruns. No, this was nice. I'm glad she came on the show, man. That was a pleasant surprise. Shouts to Julie. And all the best with her book, man. The book is coming out soon. She said it's a month away. Sometime this summer. Probably in August. She's going to have that book out there on bookshelves. Wherever books are sold. You know what I'm saying? I think it was called A Gangster in the Family or something. Some gangster shit like that. So you go check that out, all right? Her great-great-grandfather was John or something fucking Gura Shapiro. Yeah, we'll show you right now. Jacob, my bad. Jacob Gura Shapiro. There we go. I'll show you. I got the picture right here. Look at this beauty. Yeah. Looks like he was related to Mickey Cohen, actually. He looks like a Mickey Cohen boy. Looks like a no-nonsense kind of guy back then. You know, he wasn't raised on fucking cartoons and video games, you know. His mind wasn't polluted by rap music and Hollywood movies. This guy was the real deal, all right? Guy was born in 1899, all right? This guy didn't have this bullshit that we got today. There was no fucking games, all right? He wasn't walking around trying to be a comedian or something. He was a no-nonsense kind of guy, all right? He was out there trying to make a fucking buck by any means necessary in a shithole town, fucking New York City, back in the early 1900s. You know what that is? What a fucking nightmare. You understand? This guy must have been ruthless. This guy was hanging out with Lepke Bulkalter and fucking Murder Inc. All right? This guy was hanging out with Lucky Luciano and a whole bunch of other murdering motherfuckers out there, dressed in suits. Back when everybody was serious and mature. Even if you were homeless, you were laying on the fucking concrete in a full body suit, a full 3-piece suit with a vest, a tie, dress shoes, slacks, dress shirts, overcoats, blazers, top hats, fedora hats. You was homeless and sleeping on the street, but you better be wearing a fucking suit, boy. All right? You didn't walk around with fucking wise guy, wise girl fucking t-shirts with the collar all fucking ripped and shit. Wearing fucking Crocs to Walmart and shit. All right? This guy was the real deal. He wasn't fucking around. All right? You think this guy was out there telling jokes and shit? Huh? Nah. Oh, hold on. You can't even see it on the fucking screen. God damn it. This guy. My bad. I'm showing you fucking Matt over here. God damn it. Thanks again, Sammy. You fucking mongoose boy. Thank you, Dwayne. Yeah, we're going to take the mongoose for a spin, man. I got excited. I bought like nighttime gear for the fucking bike. Headlight, tail light, water bottle holder. I think I overdid it. I didn't realize that riding that bike was going to be a pain in the ass and that my fucking knees are touching the fucking handlebars and shit, you know? I didn't realize how small the bike was. I didn't think I grew that much since I was a teenager, you know? I thought I was done growing by the time I was 16, 17. I don't remember the bike being that small. Now I get on there, I feel like I'm fucking LeBron James on this bike and shit, you know? Like, hey, man, how come this so small, man? I'm going to play for the Cavaliers next season. Yeah. Or I might play for, what's that shit called? I forgot, man. Wherever Steph Curry playing for. Golden State. I'm going to play for Golden State. I notified the Lakers that I'm not renewing my contract for the 2027 season. I think I'm going to sign with the Cavalier or maybe Golden State. Those are my options. Anyway, I don't know. I didn't realize I was so big for the fucking bike. Oh, look who decided to show up tonight. Highlights gay uncle. Look at this. Someone's paying Matt $2.99 a minute on one of those cam sites to watch him do that to himself. Oh my God. Yeah, it's fucking his OnlyFans is bussing right now. Bussing. You want me to blow myself? Okay. You sick bastard. What up, Mickey Griggs? What'd you wake up to make pee-pee? What are you doing here at 2:30 in the morning? I've been live for 3.5 hours. Where the fuck were you? You must have been sleeping and woke up to make pee-pee, huh? You decided to tune into YouTube, and here I am live. Did you hit the like button, Mickey Griggs? I hope you did. The guy doesn't come up for air. Matt Khalifa, my own. Instead of Mia Khalifa, Matt Khalifa. I got a special talent. Want to see? Did you adjust the seat? Smoke? No, I didn't adjust the seat. No. And I told the guy to raise the fucking handlebars. And he said, oh, it's only going to be a little, like, you know, a half an inch or something. I was like, oh, fuck. Forget it, right? Forget it then. He didn't do it. So, yeah. It might have been better if the fucking handlebars were raised or some shit. But, yeah, the seat could definitely be raised. I got to think about that. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I got. Can I raise the seat on the fucking thing? That might work better. Yeah. Did you adjust the seat? I gotta Google that to see if it could be adjusted. Can it be raised? I don't know. That seat's gonna fix your prostrate. I hope so. You guys ain't gangster, man. Y'all own the internet. We know y'all ain't gangster. Y'all own the internet. Let me see if I can play that real quick. Ain't no more FBG. Ain't that right, DQ? Hold on, let me see. Y'all ain't gangster. We know y'all on the internet. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have it? Y'all ain't gangster. Y'all on the internet. God damn it. I won't be able to find it now. Let me see. I know I'm in the right spot. I just. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on.
Ain't that right, Big DQ? Ain't that right? You already know that for that. Yeah, a couple of days after that.
Hold on.
And it's constantly bringing up the killing of Duck. A couple of days later, Von was on IG Live with DQ in a store, unable to help himself but mock the ops just a little bit, telling his IG Lives that there ain't no more FBG.
All that dissing or saying something or either acting like y'all with some shit that y'all know for sure ain't with, I'm gonna smack shit on y'all. I ain't gonna play like that. Yeah, we know y'all ain't gangster. Y'all on the internet. We know y'all ain't gangster. Y'all ain't trying to do that.
We know y'all ain't gangster. Y'all on the internet. We know y'all ain't gangster. You ain't trying to do that. Y'all on the internet. The internet. Anyway. Later, Ruben. Yeah. Ah, shit. All right, we're scrolling up. Hold on. Peace out, Brian G. Thank you for everything, brother. You love Julie? We all love Julie. I'm glad she came back, man. She's been missing for like 5-6 months. I don't know. She was missing for a long time. But she was busy. I'm glad she came back, though. That was a nice conversation, man. She's easy to talk to. It just flows, you know? Yeah. That's funny, man. That is ironic. Kind of ironic that Matt lays in bed all day and then sleeps sitting up It's one of life's weird ironies, huh? Yeah. This time I actually caught him falling asleep now. I never caught him before. It was just like a weird, like, what do you call it? It was like an urban legend, how he fell asleep. I actually caught him in the act now, falling asleep. He was fighting it. He was trying to fight it. He looks like Dutch Schultz after he got whacked in that fucking chop house. That's how Dutch Schultz. Hold on, let me bring it up on the screen. That's exactly how Dutch Schultz looked when they found him in the restaurant. The camera guy took pictures of him. Dutch Schultz. Oh. Here we go. Let me zoom in. Go on, this fucking thing don't zoom in no more, bro. That's as good as it's gonna get. Let me see if it's showing. It's not sharing. Hold on. Fucking thing. Hold on. Fucking thing. This is Matt at the table. Maybe he is Dutch Schultz reincarnated. You see it? It won't let me zoom in anymore. But yeah, that's Matt at the table. That's Matt if he was born in the 1930s or some shit. Or if he lived in the 1930s. Shouts to Matt, man. Julie is well spoken. Yes, she is. She's a good woman. You could tell. She's a sweetheart. His back is going to be hurting when he wakes up. I hope not. Cause I'm easy. Easy like a Sunday morning. Yeah. Straightening out morning time's gonna be rough. The Rough Riders, what? The Rough Riders, the Rough Riders, what? He hangs on the bed and sleeps on the chair. Y'all ain't gangster. Y'all own the internet. Did Matt get a rib or two removed? Seems like it. Shit. All right, folks. Anyway, can we get a better picture of Dutch Schultz fucking sleeping here? Oh, there we go. Hold on. Can't really see it too good, can you? Yeah, there you go. Wish we could get rid of this fucking thing here. Yeah, whatever. That's as good as it's gonna get. There you go. There you go. That's Matt sleeping at the table. Life has come full circle now. Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all stay cool out there now. The heat wave continues. We'll be live tomorrow, technically later today. And if not, we'll see you at nighttime. Might be too hot to go live. Might be doing other things, but at least we'll be live at nighttime. It's 4th of July weekend officially, so we're going to pop off the festivities the right way, all right? So you stay tuned in. Happy 4th of July weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking your fluids, your waters, your Coca-Cola, all right? Spike up. It's time to celebrate 250 years of American greatness. You understand? Be grateful for what you got in this country. Hot dogs, hamburgers, with a little bit of liberty, whatever liberty you got left. All right? Thank God. Out of all the problems we got, still the greatest country on this fucking planet, all right? I'll tell you that much. Still the greatest nation this world has ever seen, all right? And yeah, Trump fucked up with the Iran war, all right? He fucked up. But, you know, he's human, all right? We all make mistakes. Or, you know, sometimes we all half-ass things and don't see it through. But he's still the greatest president since George Washington, I'll tell you that much. The greatest president since George Washington and the most consequential since George Washington. So, yeah, be grateful for what you got in this country. Well, happy 4th of July to everybody. Happy 4th of July weekend, anyway. All right. What I like to do around this time of year, every 4th of July, I like to watch the John Adams miniseries from HBO. John Adams miniseries. It was a 7-part series that came out in 2008, starring Paul Giamatti as John Adams. I think one of the greatest miniseries I've ever seen. It was masterfully done. Costumes, settings, the script, the way they shot it, you know, the visuals. It was perfect. It's good. It's good American history. I suggest you guys watch it out there. I highly recommend you guys watch the John Adams miniseries. You understand? That's a tradition that I like to uphold. I've been watching that shit for at least 15 years now, or longer than that. Been watching that shit for 17 years. Every 4th of July or around July, early July. I try to watch it if I can. Yeah. Stay on until we know Matt is safe. He's safe. He's safe. He's all right. He's always done this on here. You guys act like this is something new. He's all right. He's just tired, man. He stays up all these hours. He's always working. He just stays up too long. He doesn't get enough sleep. So when he crashes, you know? The king of the late night. Thank you, Jet. If I was going to stay on until he wakes up, you know, we'll be here for another friggin' 5 hours. Nothing is more American than apple pie and Gunsmoke. I love that. That's wonderful. Yes, exactly, David. That's the spirit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Shit. All right, guys. Say goodbye to Matt. Say goodnight. Hold on. Good night, Matt. Thank you, brother. I don't know if you could hear me. I think the headphones are still on. I know you hear me in your dreams. Good night, Matt. Thank you for coming on the show. We'll catch you on the next episode, Matt. Hopefully, you know, you don't wake up with any back aches or neck aches. You know, hopefully you'll be all right. He's just tired. We love you, Matt. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Yeah. All right, folks. Until next time. Peace.